Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Hope people are good today, and hope people are good this afternoon. We will see how long this goes on for. I tried to make it a little bit later so it don't clash with the full Irish, and I think the full Irish is still going. So we will have to wait and see how this one turns out today. Things have been a bit up and down, so excuse me, I do apologize. Just been feeling a bit down within myself. Obviously a few other things going on at home, and you know what I mean, so things that are trying to shake up the atmosphere a little bit, you know what I mean, shake up the feelings. So, and I haven't really been feeling too well either, if I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. So, you know, excuse me, sorry that there wasn't no intervention yesterday or any type of show. I did jump on with the bro Tops T Chanzo, so please go over there and subscribe. Please go over there and show him a little bit of love. He's doing his new show, Game Changers, and Center Stage. I don't know if it's going to be a different name or whether they're two different shows, but go over and show him some love. Go over and show him some love. Obviously, I was ill yesterday a little bit, but I didn't want to let the broski down. What are we today? That's what I'm saying. My head's all over the place. Saturday today. So from next week, Tuesday, clean through one-on-one with Shane. That should be coming in the evening time, about 7:30. Still haven't made all the arrangements with Shane and Aaron about our next show that we want to do. But yeah, got a few things to jiggle around, people. And I think the intervention as well, because like today, I've woken up. Obviously, both my kids are here. I don't know where their mum is. I think a christening or some bollocks, but they're here, so computers are on, and you know what I mean. When I try to watch back a little bit of the last couple of lives, especially like on the weekend and that, it's a little bit harder in it because there's more people in the house, and it's just I have to be upstairs like I am now. And it gets a little bit annoying sometimes. Do you know what I mean? I want the intervention to, I want it to have the best internet connection and just everything running smooth. So we're still working it out. I feel like for now, it might be Monday to Friday, depending on what's going on with the kids. You know what I mean? But I'll keep you guys updated. 3 people in the building. Hope you guys are good today. Someone say good afternoon, man. What's going on? What's going on? Someone say good afternoon, man. But we're here, people. Like I said, it is the intervention. Enough talking about myself. Just a quick roundup. Haven't really been feeling well. You know, the world of things going on outside of YouTube and that. And yeah, haven't been feeling great physically, mentally, but we're here. But we're here. It's nothing too serious. And yeah, we're all human, people. We're all human. So how are we doing today anyway? Let's get off all of that. I thought I'd give you a brief explanation, and I don't know how long this will be today. Just kind of depends what type of reception we get. People are still eating their full Irish, and I don't know who else is actually on. And my sleeping's been a bit fucked as well, guys. My sleeping has literally been a bit fucked, innit? Like I woke up today, 12:10, brushed my teeth, quick coffee, and I'm trying to set up to go live. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just been a bit weird, man. So I need to go to the doctors about that as well. So there's a few things, but other than that, we are here. Like I said, a couple of people in the building, and now a couple of people have scooted on out again. That's okay. Just hit the like for me on the way in or way out. Yeah, like I said, man, the intervention is usually for yous lot. It's usually to talk about the things that you guys want to talk about. Of course, no one's really saying too much at the moment, so I'm gonna have to take the reins, aren't I? We're gonna have to take the reins. Let's have a little look at the football news then going around. Obviously, if no one starts coming through and it's a slow one today, then yeah, it will just be a very quick one. Is what it is. And here we go, guys. Here we go. I'll keep myself small just so you guys can. In fact, let me not, because I think you guys should be able to see the stories anyway. This is almost like a news with views. Yeah, daily views. Jurgen Klopp, this is not us. Klopp disappointed by Liverpool fans booing Trent. To be honest, I don't really care about that. I'm pretty sure Liverpool don't really care about what Klopp's saying now either. You know what I mean? I've tried to stay off Sky Sports, especially yesterday, because, you know, these clowns are having their parade day. And like I said on Tops, like I say on every stream, we're in the upside down. The upside down continues. It will continue probably for a little bit, probably until I see something. Big up Hooks. He put in the group chat when I woke up, you know, just about had a quick look, and I don't know exactly what the story is, so maybe I'll click into that and we can read it together. But he was saying have some hope. Do you know what I'm saying? But this Arsenal side hasn't been showing me anything to be hopeful about. Big up man like Vigilante. What you telling me, my bro? Hope you're good. Like I said, I don't know if you was here before. Big up Jordan as well. Don't know if you guys were here before, but we are just going to see. We're going to see how it plays out today. We're going to see how it plays out. Big up Jordan. Big up Vigilante. My bros. Hope you've been good today, man. Hope you've had a good weekend. I mean, it looks like it's semi-okay outside. I don't know if you're still eating your full Irish, so big up Shane. Is what it is. So we will see what it's like today, people. Big up AFC always. Hope you are good as well today, bro. Yep. Conte, Juventus from 7th to 1st. Chelsea from 10th to 1st. Wow. Napoli from 10th to 1st. Instant impact. Well, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. If anyone wants to come on and have their say about what they're upset about, then that's what this show is here for. Unless you want to just put your topics in the chat and we can talk about it. But yeah. Big up, man. Big up for the people just about rolling through. Like I said, good afternoon. I tried to make it a little bit later because obviously the full Irish is flying and that usually goes quite well. And most people are over there. So I thought I'd try. And also, guys, I'm not even going to lie. Like I said, my sleeping habits have been in the bin, bro. Like absolutely in the bin. Haven't been feeling too well. You know, mentally, physically, things have been going on at home and just, but anyway, here we are. And quickly before we move on, people, what are we, Saturday today? I'm pretty sure we got the last community service of the season. I'm pretty sure that's tomorrow. Obviously, we're in football news. There's paper talk that I will get through, but let me just quickly look at the scores and fixtures just to make sure, because I thought it was Sunday today. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought it was Sunday today. Sky Bet Championship playoff final, Sheffield United against Sunderland. Imagine this. So is that Rob Holding to pick up a trophy as well? When I say that it's dark, guys, if you support Arsenal in 2025, it is dark. It is spooky. Do you know what I mean? We got Spurs fans winning Europa Leagues like major honors before us. Yeah, we're still getting bantered by United, even though they lost to Spurs. They can still banter us, bro. They've won 2 cups in the last 2 years. We're getting bantered by literally each and everybody, bro. They don't even have to be a Premier League fan. La Liga fans bantering us. Yeah, it looks like everyone's going to play on the last game. Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. That might be the only game with anything in it. Newcastle Everton, possibly. I mean, what do you guys think? It's the last community service, Southampton against Arsenal. I mean, we can have a little bit of a roundup about the season if you guys want to. I mean, what do you think? What do you think, people? Should we bother to do the community service, or shall we just, I don't know, fuck it off? I don't know. I'll probably do it. Like I said, because I've been a little bit poorly and that, and things have been a bit up and down at home. It might be easier to just do a little watch along for it, and I don't know. Maybe a live reaction. We'll have to see what your boy Shane's saying. So we'll see. Let me get back into these comments quickly though, because people are coming in and out, and I know you get annoyed when I don't read the comments. Jordan's bigging up AFC always. We love it. Big up Vigilante, doing well, bro. I'm in Shane's modding. Want to see if the Daily Mutant appears. We'll jump on soon. Yeah. This is what I'm saying, man. And obviously, because it's going so well, it is what it is. You know, the show's got to go on. The show has got to go on. So today, like yesterday night, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, should I schedule the live, or I'm feeling a bit ill? Like my belly's a bit runny. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. So I was up like a couple of times in the night. You know, I've just been feeling off ever since Spurs won. I don't know if they're correlating. I don't know if it's because of that. I don't, you know what I mean? I was feeling a bit ill before. You saw me a few streams ago with the tissue on my nose. Shane had a head cold. Like, it's just one of those ones. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of those ones. But what can I do, man? What can I do? Obviously the intervention's only usually meant to be about an hour and a half, and sometimes it's best part of 3 hours. If the momentum's there, the momentum is there. AFC's bigging up Jordan. AFC always is also saying Sesko 13 goals this season, takes 20 shots per game, don't want him anywhere near my club, bro. And this is what I was going to talk about as well today. Yeah, people are coming in and out though, so I'd rather have these kind of talks when there's a little bit of at least a few people in it. But like I said, Southampton Arsenal tomorrow 4 p.m. I think they're all 4 p.m. kickoffs, so I ain't gonna be doing a double unless I can find another device. But I'll probably do the community service tomorrow, the last one of the season. You know what I mean? Look at that, Bilbao versus Barcelona. There's better game, but obviously the league's wrapped up in La Liga as well. Serie A's wrapped up. Big up Conte. Yeah, man. So if you're an Arsenal fan, like I said, in 2025, it is dark, people. It is dark. The fuck is that, man? Sorry about that. Look at this. Liverpool's chances of landing Wirtz increases significantly. Maybe we should have a look at this, people, because all Arsenal fans get is excuses and, oh, that player's, you know, still playing and this, that, and the third and blah, blah, blah. Bruv, I hear it, but only a little bit, bro. Because at this point in time, I haven't got no more patience for excuses. At this point in time, I haven't got no more patience to be waiting. I wasn't going to be happy unless we were the first team out of the blocks. The season ain't ended, but yet Liverpool's chances have significantly increased for Wirtz. He's basically come out and said to Bayern that he's going to Liverpool and house hunting in Liverpool. 126 million or something this guy's going to be. They've already spent 35, something like that, on Frimpong. The season's not ended, guys. Like, what are we doing? These lot have just won the league. Why are they buying up everyone? Oh, maybe because you buy or you strengthen from a place of strength. It's not fucking hard, guys. It really ain't. But what are we doing? I'm hearing about Trossard getting a renewed contract, Kivior getting a renewed contract. Berta's meant to come in to stop all of this stupidness, bro. Like I said, Hooks was saying have some faith. So I don't know. Maybe I'll bring up the thing quickly and we can read through it. And I don't know. We can read through the news. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't here going, "Hi, welcome to Transfer News Daily." Like maybe we'll do a show called Possible, but is it likely? Because this is Arsenal. This is Arsenal. So while we'll get linked with everyone, do you know what I mean? While we get linked with everyone, we know that we're really not in for absolutely no one, bruv. Yesterday, it all broke that we was having club-to-club talks with Sesko, bruv. And I nearly threw up in my mouth again. So I had to watch Tottenham lift the Europa League. And I was sitting there saying through the watch-along, if Man United win, we'll probably end up with Sesko. If Spurs win, then obviously Gyökeres ain't going to want to go to Man United if they're not in no type of Europe or nothing. Man United are not in no type of Europe or nothing, and we're still not guaranteed to get Gyökeres. Guys. This is making me want to crash out. This is what I'm talking to you about when I say it's the Groundhog Day. It's the same shit. You've been doing nothing but talking since January, bro. Talk. Nothing but talking since last season. And look at that shitty summer that we had, where some fucking donuts, walking Maltesers, are trying to call it a 7 and 8 out of 10. Do me a fucking favor, people. This news makes me absolutely sick. If not even if, it's like when they land Wirtz, when they land, they've already landed Frimpong. They might even be in for Kirkes as well. Do you know the joke, Arsenal fans? As much as people don't want to admit it, we need a left back and a right back. Ben White's not good enough at right back for cover, in my opinion. Not this season, not anymore. Not anymore. I think the injuries have caught up with him. You know, when we play Ben White instead of Drury and Timber, as much as Arsenal fans are still being loyal with this guy, the drop off is big. I wouldn't mind Ben White as cover, you know, for right centre back, but I don't know. So there's a player called Ola Aina that's free on the fucking market. There's a player called Tyreek Mitchell that's free on the market, and Aina someone I'd probably go for anyway. Mitchell maybe not so much, but he's free on the market. And Burton needs to be boxing smart this summer. But what's going on? What's going on? Here we are, 24th of May, and I'm hearing about this team, that team, this team, that team, and not Arsenal. Just talk. I'm going to get to the comments now. Like I said, the link is in the chat. If there's any topics you want to talk about, put them in. We will talk about it. It's basically your show, guys. If you want to come up, big up Vigilante. I don't know if you're still in it. I know you've messaged me a few times. Like I keep explaining, sometimes I don't always get back to the Instagram messages because I'm offloading the app and putting it back on my phone. I'm really struggling for space. So please don't feel like I'm just, do you know what I mean, ignoring people. I usually take a little bit of time on the Instagram. Big up AFC always, my broski. He said 125 for Wirtz to Liverpool move. More than he is worth, top player and big ambition after win. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. It might even be more than he's worth. You know, 120 odd million for a single player these days is a massive ask. It's a massive ask. And I know Florian Wirtz is a bad boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if anyone's gonna command that type of money, it's gonna be someone like Florian Wirtz, in it. Bad boy. Yeah, I hear it. However, I don't know. It is expensive. I was thinking, boy, if Liverpool get Wirtz and they get Frimpong, they need a striker. So there's talks that they was in for Gyökeres and Sesko. I'm like, I'm tired of this shit, bro. Like Liverpool are doing big boy things. They got their big boy pants on. Listen, even me, I was sitting there saying, look at FSG, they're just like KSC and all the rest of it. Boom, boom, boom. I'll tell you what the fucking difference is, guys, right? Is someone at FSG, I'm not saying they're perfect, they're American owners. I'm just saying someone at FSG has got the right hat on. Yeah, the football hat. Yeah, they'll make their decision. All right, they never spent fuck all last year. They were 10 million on what's his name, Chiesa or whatever. And what else did they do? Nothing. And their first year manager came in and walked the league. They never trusted him. Or maybe they were just saying, look, we ain't got too much money this year, but next year we're going to do what Liverpool do. And when Liverpool spend money, they always seem to spend it in the right places 8 times out of 10. If I'm lying, I'm flying, bro. Salah, Van Dijk, Alisson, these players, they're still playing for them now, still winning stuff for them now. Like, this doesn't fill me with confidence. Like, what's going on? I'm hearing about fucking Sesko. That better be all smoke and mirrors, bro. And I better be seeing Victor Gyökeres like in the next day or two, bro. Oh, he still got to play the cup. So what? It don't mean you can't talk to him. No one's saying he has to come for his medical. Just make sure that we secure his signature, bro. Why are we not announcing renewals of contracts? Because you're talking to the wrong people, Kivior and fucking Trossard. Trossard, get the fuck out of my club, bro. I was hearing yesterday that it might even be agreed that Trossard gets more money, yeah, more money, so he gets a pay rise, but his contract doesn't extend. So he's only got a year left on his contract. Your contract needs to extend if you're getting a pay rise so that we can actually get decent money for you when we try and sell you. Like, who is running this club? I think was it Tops telling me that. Big up Top. Listen, make sure you lot go and check out Center Stage. Like I said, I was on with T Chanzo. Big up Tops yesterday, 6 p.m. just over an hour. Go and show that some love. Go and show the one he done with Shane some love and all of that good stuff. But yeah, this one makes me sick, guys. I'm gonna get to the comments now. This one makes me absolutely sick, guys. I'm sorry, I'm sick of it. Why they got their big boy pants on? I was saying to you guys, right? The moment Berta comes in, cool. You've announced him after January. I believe he was here in January. I know the club ain't got no ambition. We've already seen that. Yeah, cool. Contract renewal, Saka, Saliba, Magalhaes, they could have all been announced already. Maybe the players are saying to him, well, we're gonna have to see what you lot do because we're not happy. Fair play. But these are things that he could have been onto already. Thomas Partey, this could have all been tied up already. You could have even spoke to Kieran Tierney and seen if there's any way you could stop him from going to, like, where's the work, bro? That's what I'm trying to say. And if what I'm hearing is true, and Arteta wants Sesko and Berta wants Gyökeres, and Sesko walks through the door, then all hope is lost. All hope is lost. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm saying. Big up AFC always. He said Arteta reportedly rang up Wirtz in the last 24 hours, introduced him to Phase 7 at the Emirates. Wirtz family were confused at the identity of the Basque. Yeah, Wirtz has concerns on trusting the process. Well, good for him. You don't need to trust the process at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like, who would want to trust any process at this point? Yeah, Gyökeres has played with Amorim, so there's still a small chance that he might go. Well, I don't think so. Not with any European football. But all it took was them to win that cup, and we probably wouldn't have seen Gyökeres at the carpet. But not just because people are saying, "Oh, like, you know, don't he come and want to?" He don't want to come and trust the process. He don't want to come and have to do plenty of running backwards, more than forwards, turning into a makeshift midfielder. He don't want to do that. Why would anyone? Why would anyone? Bad man. You don't want to trust the process. And he still could have gone to United. It's crazy because he played for Amorim. That's a big draw. I'm not going to lie. I was always saying that Wirtz is probably playing both Munich and Liverpool and City, you know, just to try and get the Munich move. But like I said, all from yesterday, it was going around all the groups, all these Twitter ITKs. And obviously, I don't always believe everything, but Romano and everyone was saying, this is looking like it's going to get done. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is looking like it's going to get done. Liverpool's got the money, this, that, and the third. And this gets on my nerves. They've just won the league. They've just come back from Dubai having a proper holiday, not high intensity training, getting more people injured. And they're coming back with their big boy pants on. And Arsenal still haven't got them on. We still ain't even got them out the draw. Bigger AFC always, my bro. The way Aubameyang was used after that FA Cup winning season is one of the reasons why I'm confident that no Arsenal forward will ever compete for a top scorer award under Arteta. Facts. There's that as well. Not only do we need the players, that's only the first conundrum. What happens when we get them? Do you know what I'm saying? What happens when this dickhead guy tries to make them track back or go out onto the left? And oh my God, we got worries, guys. Worries. Big up Vigilante. He said, I am here, bro. Was going to say there is flu going around, bro. Probably not related to Spurs. Maybe not, man, but it is, because I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not saying maybe not. It ain't, because I was a bit ill before that. I was. and I thought I could just kind of keep it going, but it kind of caught up with me. And then even mentally, man, even mentally, I was just like, oh, do you know what I mean? Not because of anything on YouTube, it's just because of lots of things that are going on outside it. Do you know what I mean? There's one or two things that I see on here that kind of but like I said, it's just it's not even big. Like it's more stuff outside. So the last couple of days has been like bleh. I've been feeling sick. You know what I mean? Obviously we're coming to the end of the season as well. So it is what it is. But tomorrow Sunday, I'll be doing the last community service of the season. I don't know if I'll be doing an intervention tomorrow. Excuse me. So it might just be like, I don't know, a quick little video in the morning, 4 o'clock kickoff, and then match reaction. And then we will be back on Monday with the intervention. And then from Monday, I'm looking to start back with the under the lenses as well. So if it isn't directly on the Monday evening, then they will start from, I don't know, Tuesday, Wednesday. Obviously, I've got evening show with Shane on Tuesday, but the under the lenses will be at different times. Anyway, so keep your eyes peeled, people. Big up BBK. Smash those likes as you enter. Big up broski. Make sure you guys sub into BBK as well. Make sure you guys get the links in as well. Vigilante, if you don't mind, get your own link in there as well. It's all good. Big up views on the community. Yeah, man. We're struggling today, people. I'm not gonna lie, we are struggling today for numbers. I don't know if people are still finishing up their Irish breakfast. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So that might determine how long we go for as well today, guys. You know what I mean? If no one wants to come up or if no one's putting no topics in the chat, then it might just have to be a very, very quick one. Big up BBK, AFC's bigging up BBK and he's returning the favor. Dappins, Nemanja Vidic, my bro. You guys had one job. You're in here trying to troll us, bro. You guys had one job. You're in here trying to troll Arsenal. You're in here trying to like my broski. Now I'm not saying that you can't troll Arsenal, because on the bigger picture, maybe you can, but not today, bro. Not in the next couple of weeks. How about you guys go and find a little bit of shame? Yeah, you had one job to do. One. I was prepared to let you man have Gyökeres. You had one job to do, bro. And then you're coming in here trolling Arsenal. You're lucky this ain't Curtis Shaw TV, bro. That could have been a 3-minute timeout. No, I'm only joking. But come on, bro. You man had one job to do, you know, Nemanja. One job. One sheet is meant to do plenty, bro. And you man lost to Spurs. Big up Vidic again. Why are people acting Wirtz as prime De Bruyne? He'll just be another hat, bro. Not on your Nelly, bro. You're probably the only one I've ever heard say that. Florian Wirtz, number 10, another Havertz. No way, bro. No way. I mean, obviously, if he has a Premier League, De Bruyne had a very good Premier League. You know what I mean? 10 years, won a lot of stuff, but there's no way I can agree with that, my bro. No way I can agree. At least we reached the Europe, bro. You're sounding like Arsenal now. Don't come in here trolling, bro. And you couldn't even beat Spurs. Let's have some shame today. It's the weekend. You know what I mean? You can't come in here trying to take out your frustrations. You lot couldn't even beat Spurs. At least you got to a final. All right, cool. You got to the second tier final. You weren't playing no PSGs, no one like that. Yeah. Tottenham were playing names you can't even pronounce properly. Like, let's find some shame. Let's find some shame, because you man had one job to do, my brother, and you couldn't even do it. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. At least you got your runners-up medal. Big yourself up, innit? I'll give you that. It's more than Arsenal. You got to the final, bro. Big yourself up. Big up Gavin L, my broski. Big up views. Big yourself up today, man. Big yourself up today. For me, that's that. You get me? Liverpool, from they secure this Wirtz, they've got Frimpong. If they get Kerkez and then they get someone competent up front, I think Liverpool are doing Drake settings back to back. I think they're going back to back. Big up AFC always. He said Odegaard can't even chat to Dwight McNeil, bro. He can't even chat to Bruno Fernandes, and all the United fans were cussing him out in that fight. He was shit in the final. So was Garnach's. But then Garnacho was moaning because he only got 20 minutes. Like, it's a madness, bro. What happened to all the Europa League form? United were doing the most talking. And I'm just like, you know what? Cool. Obviously, both of these guys are my ops, but it's the lesser of two evils. We want United to win it, you know what I mean? We never want Spurs to win anything. And then I was trying to talk myself around, like, nah, bro, don't you want Gyökeres? Don't you want Gyökeres? If Spurs win, we're definitely getting Gyökeres. There's no way he's gonna go to United now if Spurs win. Then when Spurs scored that shitty, I don't even know what it was, an own goal, ridiculous. Oh, Nana, brothers. Well, when is this guy gonna leave, bro? Oh my lord. Anyway, when they scored that goal, the way I felt made my decision for me. If I was umming and ahhing before, the moment that they were leading in that game, it's like, no, no, no. Fucking come back, United. Fucking beat these cunts, bro. We can't have this. And they couldn't. So it was a gut shot, man. It was a gut shot. Ruben Hammering costed us that final. Also, the players of course. Bro, listen, like, obviously, man, like, I really wanted you, man, to win, bro. And I don't ever support Man United. Just like I weren't supporting Spurs last year against City. Like, I don't play that. Do you know what I mean? And I was sitting there thinking, I'm in the twilight zone. As you can see from the thumbnail, we're in the upside down. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to, it's hopium and copium. Oh, maybe we'll get Gyökeres if Spurs win. Nah, the moment that goal went in and United were losing, I'm like, fucking come on, United. Like, I don't think I've ever said that in my life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my days. Oh my days. And you guys are like, oh, it's the most embarrassing thing. We lost to Tottenham, the club's finished and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I do think you, man, are in the mud. I don't know. I wouldn't say you're finished. But you are mudded. And if you won that cup, I think it would have made you skip a couple of steps in terms of being back, if you know what I mean. But finished, like RIP, I don't know about that. Like, as an Arsenal fan, it feels more embarrassing to me. And we didn't even play. Who was the first people that Tottenham fans were coming to banter? It weren't United. They just beat them in the final. They just beat them for the 4th time in one season. And they weren't coming to banter United fans. They were coming to banter us. Like, this is dark. This is the twilight zone, the upside down, the underneath. Is that what's in Get Out? Is it the underneath? No, it's the sunken place. Bro, I am telling you, it is all upside down right now. Arsenal can't win a thing. Spurs winning majors. Crystal Palace winning. Newcastle winning. Chelsea about to win. It's a London thing, Like, Declan Rice left West Ham to win trophies, and he won more at West Ham. Like, can someone please make it make sense? And then we need a big boy statement from Arsenal. Yeah, we need you to get your big boy pants on, right? I'm a big boy now. If you know, yeah. Get your big boy pants on, and Liverpool got their big boy pants on first. Like, what the fuck is going on, bruv? The typical Arsenal that I know, 300 million in the summer, 200 million in the summer, 150 plus player sales in the summer. Why do people still believe this shit? People are telling me have hope. I'm trying. Do you think I want to have PTSD? I don't. But I'm used to this club, innit? And I'm used to the lies, bro. And people should be able to see that. Big up Peppermint Freedom, my brother. Sorry it's taking me so long, but we are letting off some steam this morning. Gavin's bigging up Peppermint. Come on. Nemanja, imagine losing to a 17th place. I know, bro. That's what I'm saying. Bro, listen, I'm not even really trying to banter, but I am disappointed, bro. Like I said, you man had one job, bro. You know what I mean? And the only little bit of, context is like, well, if United don't win, we might get Gyökeres. But at the end of the stream, I'm like, fuck it. I'm talking myself out of it. We'll just take Sesko. They can have Gyökeres. If we get Rodrigo, if we get Eze, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk myself around it because after Spurs scored, my head was gone. There's no way I wanted it. There's no way I could even talk myself into wanting Spurs to win it after that. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, people. The worst season in life. Big up, man. Big up. Hold on. Sound like someone's joined. Let's have a look. Who we got? Static? What are you telling me, bro?
Yo, views. What's up, man? How are you?
In the upside down, my bro. You get me? Everything don't make sense in life anymore, bro. What you telling me, bro?
Bro, it's just been the week of hell. What can I just say? And speaking of upside, yeah, and speaking of upside down, bro, I've just been listening. The only song that's actually I've been listening to, "Upside Down" by Diana Ross, a classic song from the 80s. That's the only song that's making me cope throughout this week, man. Upside down, do this.
I feel to put on like what's that? What's her name? Is it
How
Kate?
sorry, I was just saying, how you need to listen to one random song that would just any song that will you just pick a random song and it would just help you get through the week. It happened to be that song.
We need it. Yeah, we need it, bro. We need it. And that's what I'm saying. People can come up and have their say, man. So have your say, my guy. I mean, what do you think about the recent goings on? What do you think about the season? What do you think about the slow start to the transfer window? Or what's your thoughts on everything, mate?
Well, first of all, the season is always just like last season, a failure, horrendous, shocking, shit. I could go on if I want to. it's just been,
man.
Yeah. Another year without a trophy, which I knew this would happen. Even I was the same as Kai Walsh. Gunner, big line respect to him. Make sure you do subscribe to his channel, people.
Yeah.
He said the season was over in Halloween, and I actually agree with him. It took me a few weeks to think about it. Like, you know what? I actually agree with him. So, and he's right, because the fact that we did nothing yet again in the transfer window last summer, it cost the team. So, yeah, and of course I've seen Napoli win the league with Conte. Conte, his first season at Napoli, didn't spend as much as Arteta, and oh look, what phase is he in?
Hey, what phase is he in, bro? I know. You know, Barcelona with so-called kids and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like a mix and a blend.
Yeah.
Hansi Flick, how long has he been there? You know what I mean? How long has Slot been there? I mean, you know, the list goes on. The list goes on. And
can I just say, sorry to interrupt, bro.
Go on.
I do actually agree with you about Barcelona, because I've been watching them for most of this season whilst watching Arsenal. They've had pretty much half of their team out injured.
Yeah.
Hence why they've played all of their kids this season from their own academy, La Masia. So, yeah. And how is it that with half their squad, even Ter Stegen, who's the Barcelona captain and their goalkeeper, who's been out pretty much, actually he's out for all season. And they bring back, they sign a Szczesny, they force him, they persuade him to come out of retirement to come and join the football club, and then he helps them with the treble.
The treble, you know what I mean? And they got Lewandowski up for. I know he's been injured for a little bit, but this is what
I always say. Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say Lewandowski. I always say him, but to be fair, he's been fantastic this season compared to last season. Last season, it looked like, yeah, you're right. It looked like, yep, that's it. He's going to retire, which I kind of thought probably, to be honest, I actually thought he would leave Barcelona. But as soon as Hansi Flick came in, he obviously rejuvenated him and readjusted him, and he's played to his strengths. And he's just, the way he's playing right now, it's like he's the same player as he was during Flick's first season at Bayern Munich, when they won. Ironically, they won at treble as well. So yeah, it's like nothing's changed. So he's definitely rejuvenated him and his career.
Yeah, he's a winner. He's a winner at the end of the day. And now when you ask even the top gooners, you know, if you switch it around on them and say, all right, cool, like, you're always giving us these questions, who would you get then? They always mention a winner. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, the message, I don't know why it's skewed, because, do you know what I mean? In the end, we're coming to the same thing. Let me get to a couple of these comments. Big up Nemanja Vidic. He said, I'm sorry, but Spurs are the second best London club after Chelsea. Maybe in recent years you might have an argument. But this is the kind of stuff we're going to get now. Do you know what I mean? Recency bias. I hear it though. It's not too much we can say. Big yourself up, Nemanja. Big up Peppermint. He's bigging up Gavin. Love it. Big up BBK. Little United will forever be remembered as the shit team who lost to Spurs. And I hear it, but come on, man, like we actually wanted them to win, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it is what it is, man. I get it. Big up Nemanja Vidic. Gyökeres is not joining us, no chat. Well, he would have if you won that game, bro. I'm telling you that. There would have been more chance of Gyökeres going to United and playing under a manager that knows him and that he's had success under and that isn't going to ask him to track back. Do you know what I mean? Like, there would have been more chance. Man United would have had more pull than us. With a player like that, which is disgusting in 2025. But there you go. Big up Peppermint again. I was happy to take any consequences if it meant Tottenham lost that. Exactly. I was talking myself round like, yeah, we'll get Sesko, we'll get Rodrigo. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the moment Spurs scored, any logic or any kind of that all went out the window. Sorry, someone else has just joined. I am going to get to that in a minute. The man is in the building. Big up Shane Gooner. Liverpool moving like a proper club. We're looking at Sesko, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why I want people to come up and have their say. I'm pretty sure the full Irish was pumping today, so brilliant to see. Brilliant to see. Big yourself up. Let me just get rid of this. Hold on. Big yourself up. Big yourself up, mate. What happened to Static, man? Where's he gone? He's gone. I don't know. I'll get to you in just a moment, my bro. Just a moment. Like I said, make sure you're going to follow Shane. Like I said, all probably full up from your full Irish. Looked like it was pumping today. I just had to come on because it was all going off. But big up Vigilante, my bro. Big up Mr. Robbo. Big up you fraud. Big yourself up, man. Mr. Robaldinho, big yourself up. Make sure you're subscribing to him as well. Another content creator. Big up Static. Show him some love. Gavin's bigging up Shane. Big up, man. Nemanja Vidic. Our rivals are on business this summer, and all other teams are gonna get better. Then look at us. That's about United. I think it's the same for Arsenal as well. But Vigilante, man, finally jumping on, my bro. What you telling me, man? You good?
Great to make my debut.
Yeah, man. Big yourself up, my bro. Let me give you a quick little air horn. Why not? And let me give one more for Static as well. Finally jumping on there. So both of you guys, we're gonna have a under the lens coming shortly. But how you feeling today? Sorry, mate.
I was just shouting out Static. It's great to be on stream with you guys.
Of course, man.
There's a few things I'm a bit worried about. You know how we've been hearing it was 300 mil for Arteta, and then all of a sudden it's 100.
Yeah.
Do you think this 100 mil is this trap Berta's got for Arteta? Right, you go buy what you buy, and he's going to judge his talent ID in person.
That's a good question. I haven't directly thought that the money is related to that, but big up the Southern Gooner, big up Matty. You know, he's been saying from day one that he thinks this Berta move is to ultimately move Arteta on. So, I mean, what do you think, Static? Do you think the money is kind of a clear indication that, because I obviously think for me personally, it would be a little bit of a waste of time and a little bit of a waste of more money. However, you know, maybe there is some truth to the fact that Bert has come in to try and, I mean, obviously Vigilante's asked us the question there. I mean, what do you think of that? Do you think the money's the indication, or do you just think it's just Arsenal being Arsenal?
Well, I've known Arsenal over the years, and knowing Arsenal, it's Arsenal being Arsenal. They say they have no money, but we know they do. If they had no money, the club already would be bankrupt.
Right. So I mean, what do you think about Bert's hiring then? Obviously, out of Ato and Rosicky and things like that, he was the best in class. And I'll ask you this as well, Vigilante, after. You know, do you think he's, from what you're seeing, do you think it's just to kind of get along gang? I mean, I don't think someone like that would sign and just to come to get along, but obviously I've got to ask the question because things are not quite concrete at the moment. So, I mean, you know, do you think that it was just to help Arteta out or to eventually maybe move him on?
I think it's, to answer, if you want my answer, I think it's both. But of course, it all depends on how much, the way I see it is that Berta's practically swimming against the tide, isn't he? Because it's just him against everyone else that's part of the get along game. He's the one that's not. So it's a question of whether he can convince and persuade the Get On gang to change their minds and say, you know what, yeah, this guy's not the man, because we know Arteta's got way too much power at this football club. So Big Berta is going to have to persuade a lot of his colleagues to turn against Arteta, shall we say. So it's just, but I think I know some people, I've noticed recently, some of people have been attacking Berta, like, oh, well, we go for this player and that player. So, well, even the latest news about Trossard, people forget he's not a negotiator. He's not the club negotiator. It's the club negotiator that does all the new deals and who decides whose contracts are renewed or not. Not Berta. Yeah, he might have some say in it, but he's not the club negotiator, like, you know. So, but I just,
that's probably
like I said.
Go on.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say it's not as clear. Why is it always that when it's the first person comes in, he has to be the scapegoat already? It's just like, you know.
Because we'll get into that. Let me ask Vigilante. Let me ask Vigilante the same question, bro. Obviously, you posed it to us, but ask yourself the same question. Do you feel like the 100 mil or the 150 plus player sales is an indication that they are? Is that how it makes you feel, or does it make you feel like this is just the same old Arsenal? We was doing all the talking when we don't really have that much money.
It's the same old Arsenal. We have the money. We know we have the money. It's the same old. I mean, we've been hearing this since the days of Benzema. Oh, we're going to get Benzema. We're going to get Benzema. When was that? 05, 06, around that time?
Yeah.
It never stops. The only time we know it's 100% is like an Ozil situation where it's deadline day.
Yeah.
It's undeniable. We've seen him at the ground.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with Arteta in the mix, you've got even more lies and more smoke screens. But the thing I'll say about Berta is, how often has he been seen with the hierarchy? He's normally on his own.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that actually gives me a bit of confidence. He's looked at the hierarchy and gone, you lot are fucking clowns. Apologise for swearing, but he's looked at, come on, do you think Jason Ato is going to impress Berta? You can look at him gone, where's my coffee?
Yeah. No, facts, man. But do you know what annoys me? And I want to kind of delve into, I mean, because obviously, Static, you might have a good point there, but do you know what actually grinds my gears though, bro? Yeah. Why do we need to have a million? Like, what is the role of a sporting director, bro? Because that should be his role. Or if it isn't his role to directly oversee the contract, then you need to be overseeing the guy that does that. What do you mean you're giving that type of money? Like this, we can't have 10,000 people doing 10,000. There needs to be some sort of, this is why I think, especially when you asked the question about the new person coming in, it's Berta coming in. If this was Ato, I'm pretty sure everyone would still be expecting the same rubbish to be going on. But because it is Berta, you know, we want someone to be about this business. Like, why have we got Ronald McDonald, the Hamburglar, all of these guys doing our contracts and our business? And do you know what I mean? Like, for me, in another country, at least from the outside, and I don't know this for a fact, so don't quote me, but it seems like the sporting director has got the power to do all of that. If the manager isn't delivering, get rid of him. I get the players in. You just tell me the positions, that kind of thing. So I don't know, man. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of all of this, man. I want someone to just come in and take reign, like take control of what's going on in terms of steering us in the right direction. I thought it was going to be this guy. It still might be. But because of my PTSD and how long I've been seeing the club chat shit, I'm not filled with confidence already. But I mean, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, you're absolutely right, Static. Maybe it is someone, but I'm like, oversee it, like get it right. I'm just tired of this. I want someone to come in, I don't know, like a David Dean, a football guy, someone to come in and steer us in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's why, because most people are saying, look, he's the best in class out of who was available at the time. Like, we're expecting things to get a little bit better, at least in the business aspect and the football inside. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of my response to that. I mean, what do you guys think of that? I mean, do you guys know anything about what sporting directors do in Europe and the rest of it, the kind of roles that they might have? Yeah. What do you guys think of that?
They're the ones that pretty much bring in the players. So, yeah, thank you, Vigilante. No, I'll just say basically from what I've seen in my experience is that it's just they're the ones that bring the players in, and obviously bring them into the club. But they're not the ones that say, "Oh, this is how much you're earning, and this is because obviously it's the club negotiator that's doing it. Because you might remember we had viewers. We used to have Dick Law. I remember that he was the negotiator for Arsenal, and I know he was replaced by Lewis or Garlic. So if not someone else, and then Lewis and Garlic. So, but from every news I've heard, I haven't heard Edu previously doing the contract negotiating in the past. Not once did I hear he was in charge of that, and the same with Berta. So it's just mainly the sporting director does keep a close eye on whoever's in charge, so Arteta. So he obviously is watching him closely, and of course he has a say of players to bring in the club. So, but when it comes to negotiations of how much the players earning and how many years to stay at the club, it's not up to them. It should be, but yeah, it's just.
I think
that's all I know.
Yeah, someone needs to get a grip of it because they're not doing a good job. Zinni from 20 to 150, Calafiori from 12 to whatever the god hell he's on. We got Odegaard on $250,000, Partey on $250,000. Vigilante, man. I mean, what do you think of all of this? I mean, Statics are probably ultimately right. There probably is someone else doing this, but I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, my interpretation is that the sporting director just comes in and handles business. Like, we're not making these stupid decisions anymore. I mean, what's your views on it, bro?
Just that I thought, this thing about Trossard, was it yesterday we were hearing you'd get offered more money but no extension?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything today about that?
Oh my! No. I mean, that's just ludicrous, bro. Like, if you're going to give him more money, sorry, go on.
Think of this: Jason Ato is gone today, wasn't he? Or last night?
Last night, I believe it was.
What if he's the clown who's trying to do that?
Say that again, Vigilante.
What if he was the one? What if he's the one trying to give Trossard more money and Ato's gone, whoa, no, bye-bye.
Yeah, oh my God. And that's the thing.
About it, he has no experience. He was just there to smile next to Edu.
Yeah.
Other than that, what did he do?
Yeah, no, absolutely right, bro. Absolutely right. But it's just like I said, it just feels like there's such a mess. And I feel like everyone was just hoping that the Berta guy is going to come in and at least just try and steer the ship in the right direction. Stop doing all of these silly contracts.
It's going to take time for anything.
I know it's going to take time. I know it's going to take time, but I'm still seeing things that are concerning me. Kivior extension, Trossard extension. You know what I'm saying? These things concern me, bro. That's not good business, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Because the drop off is major.
That's why I think Arteta and Ato might be trying to get that through before Berta can go, no, get out of here.
Fingers crossed, man.
Arteta is an absolute fool.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one who said he has the final say on transfers.
People forget that. But the thing is, yeah, he's been caught out quite a few times this season, like very quickly as well. Oh, the PSG bench told me we're better. No, we didn't. Oh,
they before.
Yeah.
Something like that before, right? I went on to big up to Southern Goon. I was watching one of his streams, I think from a year or so ago. The dickhead was saying that back then when Bayern Munich knocked us out.
There you go.
He literally said it. Now he's playing the clip, and you can hear him say, "With one of the best in Europe." Hang on a minute, we lost to one of the worst teams that Bayern ever had. How are we the best in Europe?
Get it off your chest, bro. That's what
he also said. Sorry to interrupt, boys. He also said last season when we got knocked out that, if we had a striker that was scoring goals, I was like, well, why the hell did you not buy a striker then last season and this season?
He contradicts himself all the time, even with the Tottenham. They're asking him about Tottenham because it's fucking relevant. That's like the lowest of the low that we can get this season. And you're trying, like, he looks so relaxed. You're trying to talk it off. I don't compare other teams. Did you not just compare us to Liverpool? Like, just a few days before or whatever, the week before, I don't even know, like very, very recently. Like, you're just coming out barefaced lying now. And I don't understand why people are not picking up on that. Do you know, only us type of people are. The so-called negative, so oh man, it's crazy. We will get into a few more things. Let me get a couple of these comments though, man. 9 people in the building. Hit the like please on the way in or way out. Big up my man like Scants TV, Liverpool fan in the building. Congratulations, my bro, again, each and every time. Make sure you're subscribing to Scants as well, and he will be coming on for Under the Lens. We'll be getting that sorted out this week alongside all of you guys. And go and show him some love, people. If there's any mods, get his link in the chat. Mr. Robo, like and subscribe, or Arsenal will sign Budimir from Osasuna, bro. You know what I mean? These kind of things won't even surprise me. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm starting to already get filled with worries. But anyway, big up the broski Shane. He's bigging up Gavin. Like I said, let's get Shane's link in there as well. Big up everyone. Let's get Mr. Robbo's link in there. Nemanja saying big up McSauce as well. Very proud of him. There you go, bro. What phase are these man in? Do you know what I mean? We're the only one that needs all these processes and phases. I feel like Arteta's really leaned into Arsene Wenger and just upped it by 10. Do you know what I mean? But big up Scants as well. We said Edwards back with his laptop, Liverpool moving like ninjas again. Yeah. I mean, I'll ask you that quickly before I carry on. You know, Liverpool have got their big boy pants on, guys. Like, why have we not? You know what I mean? Like, what do you guys think of that?
It's the weight structure.
Pain.
I'll say that again, Vigilante. The wage structure.
The wage structure. 29.
Yeah,
that signing, and like I've heard DJB saying, he's right. It's handcuffed us.
But it's our own fault, guys. So at the same time, I understand it, but I'm just at the point where Arsenal have wasted so much money. I'll let you come in the sex static. I'll finish in just a moment. Arsenal have wasted so much money. Don't be trying to get frugal now. Sometimes you got to cut off the hand to save the arm, innit? Yeah. So rip up Reece Nelson, rip up Tomiyasu, fucking rip up Arteta, rip up whoever you need to rip up, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm at.
Well, what he said, oh my word, guys, Tomiyasu, amazing defender. When the fuck have we seen him? He's playing hide and seek.
6 minutes this season, yeah. It's unbelievable. Static. I mean, you know, what's your thoughts on all of this, bro?
Maybe he's better than a dictator on the run.
Static. What do you think of all this, man? You know, are you confident? You know, what do you think?
But this whole transfer window, bro,
I'm not confident. But the fact that Liverpool got their big boy pants on and Arsenal were still trying to find them. Do you know what I mean? We're still looking in the drawer. What do you make of it all?
Yeah, I would say all of Arsenal's clothes are still in the drawer, bro. So I mean, we're still trying to find what we can to wear every day. But just like I said, I this transfer window, I think DJB said this, and big love, respect to him, which I agree. I think even Kenny Kennedy said this. They both said that we're more likely to get rid of players than bring in players. So, and I have to agree, because we've got way too many players that need to go. Especially, like you said, Tomiyasu, of course, he has to go. Arteta would be nice. Obviously, realistically, I can't see him going. But like I said, but I'm still going to keep fighting, and I hope every Arsenal fan will keep fighting every day to get him out. Because, like I said, you know, when you're at a club for 5 years and you don't win a trophy, you know, sorry, you're not secure, my friend.
Well, you shouldn't be. Only at Arsenal. Only at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Big up Mr. Robbo. He's saying BBK cannot even chat. We lost to the same team, 10-man team, and that's what I'm saying, bro. It's been disgraceful this year. It has been disgraceful. Big up Vidic again. He says De Gea, McTominay, and Anthony all left, and now look at them, bro. Eddie and Nketiah, Emil Smith. Well, not Emil Smith, bro. He ain't one shit. But you know what I'm trying to say. Rob Holding can win today. Fucking who else? Everyone who's basically left us, barring one or two players, has gone on to win something. And here we are still trying to pursue with this Lego Pulis guy, bro. It's crazy. Robbo's bigging up Vigilante. Gary's in the building. Don't waste a tweet. Everyone go and show him a bit of love. Let's get his link in the chat as well, guys. Big up Gary. In USA, the sporting director has the power to bin the manager. I think they're called the general managers. Do you know what I mean? Like, get the business right. Like, we should have someone to look at and say, you're the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure that everything's going smoothly, instead of it being, well, he does this and he does that, and I don't know, man. It's just, anyway, that's my quick thoughts. It's me, Everest, in the building. Big yourself up, my bro. Thank you for passing through today. He says, big up everyone. If we actually get works done and then follow up
done.
With Kirkhead. Go on, sir.
No, sorry to interrupt, bro. You also asked me about Verts, bro. I really like the player. Great player. I'm devastated he's gone to Liverpool, and he's definitely gone. It's
back-to-back settings, isn't it? I think it's like they get works, Salah, you know, they got Gakpo, whoever on the left, and then if they get a competent striker, or even if Jota can stay fit, I think it's back-to-back. I honestly do. I honestly do. Like, you know,
I'll let you read that comment. Sorry to interrupt again, bro.
yeah, no, it's all right, because I actually feel like we've missed our best chances of winning as well. So and the fact that we have to be understanding and things are going to take time and the players have got to go first. That's not what we want to hear now. We're getting left further behind again. So now this whole thing that you built up to be so close is all now just we've kicked over the sandcastle and we're letting it happen. This is what's annoying me. But anyway, he said, if we actually get works done, then follow up with Kirkes and someone up front, then Liverpool will be a tough challenge for you lot once again. Yeah, I just literally just said it, my bro. You's lot have got your big boy pants on and we're still in the draw looking for ours. You know, we don't even know if they're there. You know what I mean? But big yourself up, my bro. Big up Peppermint Freedom, facts, views. It seems like stuff ain't changed, bro. I'm just saying, maybe it's the PTSD. Maybe it's because I'm a glass half empty sort of guy, especially with Arsenal. Maybe this is why I'm feeling the way I am, but I'm not convinced. Like I said, the moment we could have started doing stuff, the moment Bertas come in, things should have been happening at least one way or the other. Peppermint says, and we need to change that fast. Facts. Big up Robos, put Scants in there. Big yourself up, my bro. Appreciate that. He's put Shane Gooner in there. Let's click these links, people. Let's subscribe. Yep. Don't waste the trip is in there as well. BBK Sports. This is the community settings. Everyone getting dapped up. We love to see it. Big up Jordan Heyman as well. LFC. Wicked. And that's the end of the comments, man. So yeah, like I said, man, I just feel like we're gonna get left further behind, boys. Do you guys not get that feeling? So yes, we can understand that some players might have to go and this, that, and the other, and blah 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 blah. But it just sounds like a lot of dribble to me at this point, because this is the season. Last season, we should have made a splash after coming so close, after having the Premier League trophy at our stadium. That should have been Michael Jackson settings. This is it. Like this summer, we got it third time lucky. And then we got that, we got served up that pile of shit. And then this summer already, as Vigilante says, it's gone from 3 to 2 to 1, and it's looking spooky again, guys. I mean, do you guys, and I'll shut up now, do you guys not feel like we are just getting further and further behind, or do you feel like it's in hand? Anyone can
I've got a point to make. What do you guys think of this? Do you think we're back in the sort of the 07 sort of point where we're selling our best players, where we had the attack built, the midfield built, the defence was the only thing they needed fixing? Now we have the defence fixed, the midfield needs a little bit fixing, and the attack needs fixing. But now we're selling our best players. So we've gone from back to 07, where we're losing Van Persie, Nasri, Fabregas, Clichy, and so on, Adebayor. Now we're going to lose Libra, Gabriel.
Well, that's if it bloody happens. But there has been a lot of talk about it happening. There has been a lot of talk about it. I mean, what do you think about that, Static? What do you think about his question?
Sorry, boys. I'm losing a little bit of Wi-Fi signal. Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, so Vigilante was
my camera's not working today.
No worries, man, no worries. Vigilante was asking basically, like, do you not think this is like kind of like 07 times, where we're basically, the team's getting ripped apart and stuff like that? I mean, obviously I get the feeling the players haven't gone yet, but it is all of the rage, isn't it? We're talking about Martinelli being sold. We're talking about either Gabriel or Saliba. It doesn't really seem like anyone's safe. So I mean, do you feel like that's a valid point to bring up?
Yeah, I actually think it is, because it definitely seems like it's going to be heading towards that direction, especially with like Vigilante said, the players that we lost back then, and you look at the current squad now. Yeah, we're definitely going to end up selling Martinelli, because and of course Partey's gone already. Let's be honest, there's some contract issues, so keeping him apparently, so he's definitely gone. I think so, and of course, let's be honest, Saliba's head is gone. He definitely wants to go. So yeah, it's a mess, man.
I think it's a valid point, because again, like I said, I'm 41 years old, guys. I've been supporting like Arsenal for a long old time. Just what I'm saying, it's uncle views nowadays, right? And I've seen this, I've seen it, I've heard it all before. Do you know what I mean? We always take away one end of the jigsaw to try and fill up the other, just like what Vigilante said. And I've got that feeling. Obviously, we haven't sold anyone yet, but as we can all see through people that are close to the club and from tabloids, and it seems like anyone's fair game. I've definitely got that feeling. I mean, what do you, I mean, let me ask you this just for a bit more of a direct answer. Do you feel like we've missed our best chance to win now? Because I feel like we're now going backwards.
Oh,
in terms of, Are you asking both for Vigilante?
Yeah. I mean, obviously one at a time, but yeah, I'm asking both for you guys.
Go, bro.
No, you go first, bro. You already spoke first.
Absolutely. And this is a question that needs to be asked to Arteta by Berta. You created these bullshit phases to create a culture and all this other nonsense. Why are we now ripping it apart? You know, if it was all built, we just needed, literally last summer, we needed 3 players. Winger, attacker, and a backup centre-back somewhere. Or a creative midfielder. He could have gone either one. But what does Arteta do? Oh, no, I'll stick with a tranquilised giraffe.
A total waste of a best part of 80 million. We could have got Gyökeres for that last summer. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion.
Osimhen for cheaper.
Yeah.
And exactly. Osimhen could have fitted into his bullshit system and had the damn ball in the net.
Exactly.
I mean, look at the League Cup. How many times have we seen the ball bounce off his 29 shoulder and 2 yards out against Newcastle? I was there. Well, what the fuck is this? £120 for this?
Yeah. No. Yeah, speak it, bro. Speak it. This is what this show's here for, man. Like, speak it.
Because I walked out at 90 minutes when I had enough of watching that -2. And I suffer with arthritis. That cold set straight into my fucking hips out there.
You know, man. Yeah.
Making noise. The atmosphere was dead.
And
I saw people. The subs were at the fucking touchline. I saw everyone clear out. I was sat above the Newcastle fans. I was sat there with one other fan by the. Didn't even get on the pitch, but people have gone, nah, fuck this, and they left.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Static. I mean, have we missed the boat, bro? Have we missed our best chance to win something?
100%. I mean, even you can even go back to 2 seasons ago when we threw away that 8-point lead. Back in January or February?
It was actually 13, I believe. You know.
I thought it was 11, but even so,
yeah,
let's say it's between 8 to 13 points.
Yeah.
But the point is, when you lean by 8+ points, we'll go with that. When you lean by at least 8+ points, there's no excuses for that happened 2 seasons ago. Just like I said, it goes back to 2 seasons ago, last season, and this season. Just all the chances come down to the fact that we are once again at least 4 players short of what's required to have a full team assembled. So. But we've been doing this even when Wenger was in charge, as what Vigilante said. Even when we first moved to the Emirates, the first few years, we were a few players short to win trophies. I mean, even when we missed out on the league title in 2008, we were a few players short.
Yeah, it's always the case. It's always the case. I mean, even with Arsenal, always the case. Even last season, we probably could have done with a little boost in Jan and. I'm trying to think back, like, what did we do?
Bro, even this season, like, we didn't need another defender with Calafiori when we already had Tierney and Zinchenko already play left. Even though, yes, they're not the answer, but we didn't. It was not necessary. And I'm sorry, he's been as good as he's been all right offensively, Calafiori, but defensively he's been horrendous. And we bought him for being a defender and just. I'm sorry. I've watched many Italian defenders over the years, and he's the worst I've ever seen. By far.
Facts.
I don't care if he's a left back or a centre back. He's the worst I've ever seen.
What do you think of Calafiori, Vigilante?
Shit, non-existent. I was there at his debut against Leon, which is technically his debut. I was there, and I honestly don't remember him at all during the game.
I've heard some people like, oh. This guy's a revelation and all that when he comes on and he's so excited. I'm just like, what are people looking at, man? He just looks like Bambi on ice to me. Let me get through a couple more of these.
He leaves the hole in our defense.
Facts, because he's just running around the place like a galloping bloody horse. It's just crazy, man. And big up Dio in the building. Welcome, my bro. He said, I have a list of 5 players that will guarantee us all the trophies in the next 4 years. Okay, fair play. Pretty sure Sesko is going to be on that as well. Where's Shane Guna and Rashid? Shane was in the chat. I haven't seen Rashid today. If you're talking about them actually being on the intervention, anyone's welcome to come on. But Shane obviously had a big full Irish breakfast this morning, pumping. So maybe he's just having a bit of a rest and, you know what I mean? Doing whatever else he needs to do for the day. But of course, Shane is always welcome over here. Dio is, I think I answered that one. Big up. Robbo's bigging up Dio. Is a new manager one of them? touche, my bro, touche. Dio's also saying, did they see Berta is asking for 60 million for Kivior, bro? I heard that Berta's asking 50 million for Martinelli, 60 million for Kivior. Like, don't get me wrong, we've always, let me just stop there quickly, yeah? We've always been like shit at selling, in my opinion. We've always been like, someone like Chelsea probably would get 60 million for Kivior, but we're Arsenal, you know. I don't even know how long he's got left on his contract. There's no way. I mean, what do you think of those valuation guys? 60 million for Kivior and 50 million upwards for Gabriel Martinelli. Do you think anyone would pay that?
No.
Maybe Martinelli, but Kivior, not a chance.
Views. I can't see us selling those players at that price, but it goes to show you the fact that Berta, if that's what he's asking for Kivior and what you said for Martinelli, if the stories are true, then I'm not surprised because, well, we also have dug themselves a humongous hole with paying way too much for their salaries every week. You know, Martinelli is on too much, Havertz, Odegaard, everyone, and we're paying the price.
Yeah, absolutely. Paying the price for bad business. When he came in, it was, you know, toxic players on big wages, and here we are again. Trying
to get back what we've lost already, and still losing,
and still not winning. It's absolutely crazy, man. Big up Dio. He's saying, Mr. Robbo, bro, if we got a new manager, we'd only have to sign 2 players, not 5. Facts. Big up Mr.
Possibly,
Robbo.
but yeah.
Well, I think a competent manager will get more out of these players, but that's another conversation. Maybe we can have that in a minute. Robbo says, Dio, that was nuts yesterday. Okie dokie. Dio said huge difference. Okay. Robbo saying, Dio, 100%. The thing is, getting a new manager and signing 2 or 3 players is 10 times cheaper than signing 5 players for this manager. That's probably actually a very good argument. Big up Broski, into the box. Big up chap. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. Go and subscribe to Into the Box as well. I think there's content coming if there hasn't been already, so go and show him some love. Hope you're good. Robo saying Static has mutant internet. I see. Oh, that must have been a while ago. Sorry, forget. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just trying to get to the comments, because I always get cussed that it takes so long to get to the comments, guys. So I do apologize. Big up Scants again. He said, I think you need at least 6 to 7 players, not just a striker to compete. I mean, that's my volition. Yeah, that's my volition. But you know, yeah, I hear it. When I'm thinking, if you know, in terms of boxing smart, and I'll ask you guys about this quickly. I'll try and do it very quickly. That's why I was trying to talk. Berta needed to be working from the off, trying to talk to Tierney, trying to talk to Partey, you know, wrap up those kind of things, because then that would make the need. Then we could maybe go out and buy 4 players, for instance. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what I think we need to do. I think we do, as Scant says, I think we need probably 6, maybe even more. And people say, oh, but it's not an exaggeration. However, I feel like for the first season.
I agree with Scants TV.
Sorry. And for the first season, though, like if you can box smart, you can maybe like buy outright 3, like maybe 3 really good players and then 1 kind of with a little bit of potential, and then maybe go and get 1 or 2 loans. Do you know what I mean? Like we really need to box smart this summer. I mean, what would you guys, just quickly, because I want to finish these comments, what would be your first steps? You know what I mean? Like what would you think would be the smartest thing to do this summer? Obviously, Static, you were talking about selling players, but I'm talking about trying to get players in.
Oh yeah, look, like I said, bro, the reason why I said all this is because, look, we still need to get rid of Tavares. Well, Tavares is gone. Nuno Tavares, he's 100% gone to last year, so that's done. So we need to bring a replacement for him, but because we are 1 player short in terms of our bench, of course. Nelson, we need to sell. Sambi Lokonga, like all these players that we need to sell, which that has to be done. But players, look, I'm all for signing players on loan. I've got nothing against that. It's just I don't understand why our fan base is so. We are snobs when it comes to not signing players on loan. It's just like, well, you know, if you want to save a transfer fee, you can sign players on loan and just to see how it goes, because we do need some quality players that will push the squad, at least 4 to 6 players, but we do need at least technically 4 players, but we need another. Well, actually, we signed Zubimendi, so, and obviously we're going for a striker, so I'd say I'd say about 8 or 9 more players. So basically, we need 8 or 9 new players. Obviously, 4 players to push all the players in the current squad at the moment, plus another players that talented players to sign on loan, and as well as experienced players that will cover the gaps in the team. So.
Vigilante, I mean, what do you think? I mean, like I said, I know there's lots of players we need to sell, but just purely from kind of like the first season Berta's in, the team needs improvement. We know we need a lot of players, but we could probably only get, like I said, a couple in. I mean, what would you do, bro? What do you think's more important?
You see, I've been thinking a lot about this. I think Berta, because let's be real, we're not going to get the best players under this manager. They're going to look at the last 5 seasons and gone, nah, I'm good. Berta needs to fix that bench, and then or move players from the first team onto the bench and get the first team players in.
I think that's what you just said there, the latter. That's exactly what needs to happen. It can't happen in every position.
Next season is when we're going to see the better players come in, because I'd love to know exactly what Berta has to spend wage-wise and transfer-wise, because it ain't great. It can't be.
Do you think that we can afford to do that though? Because I feel, like I said, like I keep saying, I already feel like we're behind. I don't think personally we can wait for next season for all the better players. Some of those have to come in now.
A few fringe players, use that to fund the bench replacements. We could go somewhere, but we're going to have to focus on the domestic cups this season, I think.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, that squad's not going to be enough to sustain a Premier League charge or the Champions League. I said this last summer.
That's facts.
People say that's irrelevant, but you look at the last 2 pre-season games. Fast-flowing football against Leverkusen, 4-1. Hardly any of the first team played. Lyon, the whole first team, 2-0, 2 goals from corners by defenders. Or shit football. I knew there and then the season's going to be bad.
Like I said, man, like I keep saying, I feel like we're just getting further and further behind every season. Like we can't afford to stand still. We might not be able to get 6, great players to come in for the first team, but I'm expecting 3 this season. Like anything less than that, and we're just, and I still don't think that's enough. Like we're just falling further and further behind.
It's not enough.
In my opinion,
we need like 10 players to be realistic.
No, of course, it's not going to happen in one season, but that's what I'm trying to say. Even
I agree.
if, I'll let you come in now, Static. But I'm just saying, like, even if we can only go and buy 4 players, then this season they've all got to be like very, very good. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we're just going to get left further behind. I mean, what do you think about that, Static?
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, even if we can bring in the players that we need, but like I said, it's just, do they even want to come to Arsenal? Do they even want to play under Arteta? Because, players talk, man. Even when they play international football, when they go away for their friendlies and World Cup qualifying matches, players talk. I guarantee 1 or 2 would have asked Saka, "Oh, what's he like?" And just, it's going to take a lot of convincing from Berta, to say, "Oh, don't listen to the rumors about Arteta. You come to Arsenal." So it's just, it's a mess, man. So it's just, Berta's got so much work to do, and he's got to convince a lot of players, especially really good ones, if they want to come to Arsenal and to work for Arteta. And will Arteta change his ways again? Will he go back to playing free-flowing attacking football again like he did 2 seasons ago? I honestly, if you ask me, he won't.
No, I don't think he will.
I think he will.
But like I said, like that stuff is there regardless. So we are in this situation. We know all of that stuff. Berta's here now. Yeah, we know that he's not going to probably be able to get 8 players. 1 second, we know that he's not going to be able to get 8 players this summer. So like I said, forget all of that other stuff. Forget all of that other stuff. Forget it. Yeah, let's just talk about what Berta can do, right? Or what he's going to have to try and do. We know it's going to be difficult. What is going to be sufficient for you, Static? We're like, I'm saying I want to see 4 players coming in, and maybe even a loan or 2. Like what? That will be sufficient. And I know there's lots of work with players going out, but I'm saying he's here. We know all the context. We know Arteta might spoil the players, all that kind of stuff. But what can Berta do that's going to make you look at it and say, well, he's done as much as he can do? And then I'll ask the same question to Vigilante.
persuade the board to get rid of Arteta.
Yeah.
But that's one. But also, but if he's staying, Arteta, which is likely, unfortunately, but best thing he can do is bring in, like I said, between 4 to 6 players, and I do think he can try and get some loan players in on loan. Obviously, it's just things with loan deals. We know. I've seen some comments in the live chat. Look, it's always unpredictable, but it's the same with buying players permanently. You just don't know if they're gonna how well they'll do. But yeah, we need, at least in my opinion, we need at least 5, 6 quality players to come in. But nothing is impossible, because it's just like, come on, there are players out there we can get between 10 to 13 million pounds. We've done it before. We can do it again. So yeah, like I said, it's just I don't know. It's just such a mess right now, man, because it all depends on how many players are going out the door, because we're going to have to replace all of them, especially even the players that are already out on loan, because there's so many players that have to go. So, but if you're asking me if I was to make a prediction, I'd say the worst case scenario is we'll probably end up bringing in 3 or 4 players, but we need at least 6+ players to come in.
Yeah,
it's not looking good, man.
It's not looking good, bruv. The same question for you, Vigilante. Like as Static keeps saying, I'm just trying to get past that, because he has to do it. He has to do it. That's the only reason I'm looking past it. He has to do it, whether there's loads of players or not. At this point, I don't care. We knew it was a mess. That's why we got the best in class who was available at the time. You have got work to do. Some of this work should have already been getting done, in my humble opinion. Yeah, Tavares, Lokonga, whoever, get it done. If you can't find the club, cut the contract. That's where I'm at with it. Vigilante. That's why I'm saying all of that kind of stuff. For me, the bare minimum this guy's gonna have to do, you're gonna have to bring in like 3 fucking players that's definitely gonna upgrade this squad. Maybe 1 potential player, and that's 4 players bought, and then maybe a loan or 2. But Vigilante, I mean, what is going to be a sufficient summer for you in terms of Berta? Like I said, forget all the context and all that. That's there anyway. Like, what, he's here. He's going to have to do something. What is going to be sufficient for you to say he's done as much as he can this season?
3 or 4 players. Because one thing I've just thought of, thanks to what Static just said, I just had this idea. Berta's going to need to sell Arteta. Because players don't need to talk. People just use the eye test from seeing him on the touchline. He's a lunatic. Jumping around like he's been tasered, trying to direct planes. Screaming. I mean, when we played Liverpool, he's louder than the Anfield crowd. That's not normal. I could hear him screaming, Saka, everyone, all the players. How loud do you have to be over the Anfield crowd?
That's crazy.
I've just thought that. Like, he's going to have to sell Arteta, because players, agents, and players are going to go, hang on a minute.
Realistic, though. Let's just try and stay on to what's really. We know what we want.
With the players, he's going to 3 or 4, because I've just thought of that. He's going to have to sell that lunatic. So I'm going to cut him a lot of slack, because he's got a hell of a job. The more I think about it, the worse it is.
But he's here. He's got to do it. That's what I'm trying to say. Forget about all of that, bro.
I'm saying 3 or 4 players. If you can get in like an Eze, a Gyökeres, if we're lucky, Gyökeres, because I don't think that's happening personally. I think it's Barca he's going. You think
Partey's going?
No, Partey's gone. But with Gyökeres, he's going Barcelona. That's what I see happening.
Sorry, I didn't hear that last little bit. Yeah. Because listen, I want to make it clear. I'm not disregarding.
3 players. If he can get like an Eze and a Mateta, for example, and a good winger, cool. I'm all for it. But I don't really know what else to say.
No.
3 or 4 players, I'll be happy with.
You know what? I'm not.
I look at them and I can go. They can make a good run in the cups. Sweet, go for it. That's what I'm expecting next season. Go for the cups, because you've got no chance at the others.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because, like I said, I'm not disregarding what you guys are saying. The context is there, but we're here in this situation. So what is going to be it's like, oh, if he does it, because he's gonna have to do it anyway. We're here in this situation. What is going to be acceptable? That's what I was just trying to get at. You both kind of said the same
3 or
thing.
4 players.
Yeah.
Then we can look at where we could take players up the first team and rotate them, and at least have a bench where we can go, all right, that can change a game.
Exactly that. Exactly.
Yeah, I have to agree with Vigilante.
You know, the Newcastle game, I'm literally looking at the bench now, and this is the thing of the whole season. You look at it and you go, who's going to give us a goal?
Mm.
Where's the actual impact of changing the game? There's nothing. And that's what needs to change. First needs to get the players in that can turn that into a positive.
Of course. I think that's what Arteta's tried to do in the summer. You've tried to address the bench and get squad players, but your talent ID is absolutely garbage. Let's just be honest, it's absolutely rubbish. And now I can't see that again. So the only way it's going to work is if we turn first team players into bench players, because I don't want to see no more bench players coming in, bro. That's just going to set us back even further, in my humble opinion. Let me pick up a couple more people in the chat. Numbers are going up and down. It's usually when I ignore the chat, which is a bit weird, but there you go. Big up Dr. Seymour Butts, my bro. Hope you are well today. Thank you for passing through. Robbo's bigging up Buttman, big yourself up. Robbo, big up fella. That's coming from Into the Box. Robbo saying to Scans, true, but the sad part is if we got a new manager like Inzaghi, we don't need 6 or 7 players, 4, maybe 5 at max, and would cost less. Like I said, there's plenty of arguments, but you gotta understand they're not gonna get rid of this guy. Did he look uncomfortable yesterday or whenever he was fucking talking about, you know, all that other crap and diverting when it gets time to anyway, he ain't going nowhere. So it's just not gonna happen, guys. Big up to you, Robbo. Big up Seymour again. Big up Dio. We need a manager that's serious about developing players out there. Now we need a lot of stuff, like I keep saying, guys, but we're not. It's not gonna happen this summer. That's why I feel like we're even further behind, because the club ain't got enough bollocks to do what they need to do. We need to get rid of this guy this summer, but it's not gonna happen. So we're even further behind now. This is the worries that I have, people. This is the worries that I have. Big up Mr. Robbery saying facts. Dio saying there will never be a big enough transfer budget for Arteta. Great point. Big up Seymour again. He said, not sure if anyone heard, but Ethan getting linked with Liverpool. LOL. I did hear that yesterday, and I think Hooks put something in the chat today saying that that's not going to happen or something, and saying have hope. But like I said, it's very hard to have hope. I'm tired of having hope. I'm steeped in reality. I'm steeped in disappointment. Do you know what I mean? And that's just how this team has made me. Big up Dio. Big up Dio. Wanyeri's being linked with everyone, for fuck's sake. I just want to try and get through a few more of these guys.
Go views.
Yeah. If we lose Wanyeri, I'm out, guys. Facts. I mean, look, he doesn't know how to handle young players. It's another indication of you know, Mikel bin Laden. It's just everything's defense. And you know, like I said, the context is there for him to mash up these players, but he's going to be here. And if we don't buy anyone, anyway, big up Dio. I never even fathomed that Wanyeri was on the market. Imagine that. I don't think he is, but he's definitely probably going to speak to his team and say, I've just been dropped like a bad habit here. Do you know what I mean? Thrown out with the bathwater sort of thing. Big up Mr. Robbo. When that got put out, that was nuts yesterday when that got put out. Are you talking about Wanyeri, my bro? I'm not sure, because there was a few stories yesterday. Big up BBK saying Dio facts. Robbo saying Dio, he is not, but the agents have worries about game time, and rightly so. Absolutely. Before I read any more comments, guys, let me ask you two about Wanyeri, because I'm like, forget Wakanda, it's free Wanyeri. Do you know what I mean? Anyone in the chat, let's get some hashtag free Wanyeri. I mean, let me ask Static first. What are your thoughts on Wanyeri? I mean, how do you think this guy's being treated? How do you think he's feeling? Could that upset the apple cart a little bit?
Bro, I think it's absolutely disgusting that Arteta's just treated Ethan horrendously, especially after he allegedly missed training, and because of that, he's been punished for it, for missing both games against Real Madrid. He was on the bench for both games.
Terrible.
As I said on another show, if you're gonna, this is the problem with Arteta. He always holds grudges for forever. That's for way too long. That's his problem. This is why he will never change. If it was me, if I was him, okay, look, you don't play him for at least one game, fair enough. then you have to move on very quickly for the next game and next game and so on and so on. Because if he's just going to do this to Ethan, he'll do this to every single player. And next thing you know, and that's why you don't see him play Tierney and Zinchenko, because I'd guarantee he had a falling out with those players as well. But yeah, as I'm going slightly off topic, just the way Ethan's been treated has been absolutely disgusting. If I was him, I know people don't want to hear this, but for the sake of his career, he has to leave Arsenal. So, but from what I hear, from what I've heard, apparently, well, I did hear about him being linked to go to Liverpool, but I've also heard a few days ago as well that Arsenal are close to extending his contract, so where he could earn up to 60 grand a week. So look, if that happens, he would have to go out on loan. But Arsenal do see him as a future star for the club, for the team. So, but if I was him, he needs to go, because until Arteta leaves, he's never going to be playing. He's never going to be starting for Arsenal again, as far as I'm concerned.
Vigilante, man. Oh, sorry. Have you finished? No.
Yeah. I just want to say this one last part is that the way. I mean, it's something that you said actually, Views, that Arteta is a user and a disposer. Like he'll get the most out of a player, and once that main star is back, like Saka, he comes out from his injury, then he just like, yep, I'm not going to use you anymore. You're done.
Yep.
It's just
drop like a bad
disgusting.
Habit. It is. It really is. And what do you think about this Vigilante? I mean, are you worried for Ethan? Do you think he needs to go on loan or should be looking at other clubs? I mean, what do you think about his treatment?
He should be going on loan so we don't lose him until this clown's gone. But I don't see him doing that. I see him just going, I've had enough of this. Because the board and the club aren't protecting this kid, aren't stepped in and gone, look, why are you doing this? And it's not like any of the other players are sticking up for him. All we're seeing is pictures of him and Lewis Skelly. But where do we see anything from the players or anything calling Arteta out for the way he's treated Ethan? No one cares.
Let me just caveat that quickly as well, right? Because you got a great point. But do you think it's no one cares, or do you think it's everyone's scared to say something because they will then be the next person dropped from the team?
I don't think they care.
Right, fair play.
Because this goes back to the Gabriel injury. Do you remember when Gabriel got injured? Rice is screaming at the opposition, kick the ball out. He gets the ball, he doesn't kick it out. He then loses the ball and then screams again. While the whole time Gabriel sat there punching the ground, and you can see the guys in pain.
Yeah,
they don't care.
And
then look at Odegaard. He's on holiday a week or so ago when we had one more game to go. So hang on a minute, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you on some beach with your missus when we've got a game in a few days? What are you playing at? You can't even wait till the end of the season.
Yeah, he's been on holiday the whole season.
You know what I mean? They don't care.
They
don't care. Look
at
the Newcastle game, both of them in the semi-final. I didn't see one bit of effort from those players.
That's a good point, man. That is a very good point. Sorry, Statty, go on.
Sorry, Views. I just wanted to say, for what Vigilante said, if it's true, then Arsenal Football Club need to remove the captain's armband from him immediately, because even with one game left of the season, you cannot have your captain go on holiday when the season's not officially over yet. Yes, we know it's over, but with one game to go, you don't have the captain doing that. No way. That sets a very bad example to Arsenal Football Club.
Facts. I didn't even know that. Was it a week or so ago? They
That's
kept
even worse.
Yeah, before the Newcastle game, there was a picture of him on a beach with his wife.
Then he definitely shouldn't have played against Newcastle then.
Understand what I'm saying?
Started, yeah.
So this bit, and I'm going to get back to the comments in a minute. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I'm just pissed off about that, Views. That just oh wow.
You know where this comes from? This comes from the Dubai holiday. 2 years running, Dubai holiday. Get knocked out the cups. Oh, don't worry, lads. We're off to Dubai in a few weeks.
Yeah, Liverpool went there when they won but they won the title, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Look, we got knocked out the FA Cup in an embarrassing way when they shouldn't have had a red card. Let's be real, and that was not a penalty. But what did Odegaard do? He missed it.
He missed it anyway. Yeah.
And then you look at the Newcastle games. They threw both of them in the bin. Then they run off to Dubai. And then we're seeing all these pictures. And then, oh, don't worry, it's just going to be light training. A day in, 29's injured.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Yeah, what were we told? High intensity drill.
Yeah, high intensity.
Well, it's supposed to be like warm weather training. So what's he doing a high intensity drill for?
That's what I'm trying to say. And this brings me on to my next point, boys, because I was going to say it about Nwaneri, but there's so many different examples we can use. And this is why I'm so on to Arteta this year, yeah, like in terms of getting him out, because he is literally a detriment to this team at this point. The fact that we need goals, the fact that we need creativity, the fact that we're chasing games and you're not bringing on Ethan Nwaneri because he's now the pariah. Yeah, as Shane Gooner keeps saying, yeah, big him up. Like, tear him out in front of the team, make him do some laps, you know, like whatever, make him miss one game. But that's it. So now what you're doing is going beyond punishment, and you're now at the detriment of the team. When you keep playing Odegaard and he's been on holiday and he's been shit all season and he knows that he ain't going to lose his place, that for me is you're now against the team almost. Like, we're against all the other teams, the rivals, the refs, everything else, and now we're against the manager. I mean, what do you guys think of that? Because this is why I'm so onto him, because it's your game management, it's your decision making, it's your stubbornness, it's you that has messed us up royally this season, flogging players, things like that. So I mean, am I right to say that? I mean, have you guys thought that at all?
I mean, you're right, views. Everything you say, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, there's not much more to add to what you're saying. So it's just, yeah.
I mean, yeah, because for me, you know, Vigilante it's been disgusting, bro. Like, he has been the detriment to this team. Oh, Timber's out or whatever, and obviously Ben White's needed surgery and all this other stuff. And then we've got our best midfielder playing at right back. We're literally doing 3 or 4 shuffle arounds to accommodate for one guy. That isn't elite managing, in my opinion. I mean, do you feel like that as well, bro, or am I going a bit mad?
Yeah, he's not a manager. I don't even look at him like he's got tactics, and I just think he likes the formation, and his one idea comes from bloody over. Just whip in the corner and try and score. Just like, you look at when we battled the 8-point lead, you could say, yeah, he had tactics or something to the team. You look at it now and they just play one way. There's no tactic to it. There's no method to it. It's just shit.
Just shit. Absolutely. And I feel like
how are we in this position 5.5 years in? How much money is spent, and one player causes an issue? We can't, and we have to reshuffle everything. That's not right. That's another question that needs to be answered. How are we in this situation?
Exactly.
Kroenke coming up. Oh, we've got a Europa League squad on Champions League money. Well, now we've got a Conference League squad on Champions League money.
Facts. That's a very good analogy there. Big up Mr. Robbo. He's saying, boy, 10, he already is. That's why this is coming out already. Rumored to go from 3K to 60 a week. Yeah, man. Just quickly on Ethan, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I don't want him to leave, but at the same time, man, like, you know, you might get crushed under Arteta. Sorry, bro. Go on.
No, it's not looking good, views. It's not looking good for not Ethan staying.
It's not looking good, bruv. Not at all. Vigilante saying, this is you, bro, saying Robo facts. Dio, I don't understand how Nwaneri can look like our only competent attacker for months on end, and then it's not Trossard or Nelly getting dropped once Saka is fit. That's what I'm trying to say. I knew it was going to happen. I called it out. And this isn't the first time he's done.
Should have been Odegaard, let's be real. Drop him too. Nwaneri in this position. Give the armband to Gabriel, not Rice, because Rice seems to run his mouth too much. I know people go, oh, he should be captain, but I look at a lot of his behaviour this season. I'm like, no. He's criticised the fans. That equalised against Man United. That's embarrassing. It's an equaliser, and he's telling everyone, calm down. The fuck are you doing? But then I looked at the Man City game. I don't know if any of you guys realise this. Every time we scored, Gabriel would run up and go, all right, lads, cool. You celebrated, now get back. Every time. He gave them 10 seconds, grabbed them, cool. You scored. Let's go get another. Never saw Rice doing that.
Great.
Gabriel's the captain.
And that is why Gabriel should be the captain right now.
Yeah. And I was thinking again, you know, it's a language barrier. That's why he's not giving it to him. But all from the start of this season, I'm saying Gabriel's my captain. Last, obviously, you know, seeing a few things from Rice that I liked, But you're absolutely right, Vigilante. I think Carl Walsh has made a video about it as well. Him coming out talking about the match going fans and disregarding. So there has been a few things that is liberties from Rice. And yeah, I think you're right. I think Gabriel for me is the shoe-in. He is definitely my captain. Big up Dio again. He said Arteta is a piss take. Absolutely right. Big up BBK. We're always a day late and a dollar short. Story of Arsenal. Facts. And make sure you guys are following everyone that makes content. The links are in the chat somewhere. Theo saying it's a different one. If I'm 1 year his agent, I'm fuming that Arteta kept Nelly and Trossard ahead of him for so long. Facts. The way he plays, the way he needs to be playing. And people were talking about when Saka comes back, playing Ethan on the left, even just to fit him in. But Arteta does nothing. He's so pragmatic. He's it's always defense first, and it's sickening for me, to be honest, man. Big up Mr. Robbo. We said even Ogbonna is better, for fuck's sake. Well,
I agree. He even won a European trophy for West Ham for quite loud. So yeah, clearly he's done something right.
There you go.
Compared to Cauliflower. Yeah, sorry, Calafiori.
Nah, cauliflower was right, mate. Cauliflower was right. Big up, it's me, Everest. They thought they were getting Maldini. Instead, they got Fellaini. Hey, bro.
He's not even better than Fellaini. Fellaini's way better than him.
Yeah. Fellaini,
he's this, yeah, I'd say he's, he's more of, there's a player I'm trying to think who's really bad. I'd say he's more of one of the Southampton players right now, Calafiori, the way he's playing. No, with all due respect to Southampton and Southampton fans.
Big up Gary, don't waste the trip. He said, hello, Mr. Robbo, big yourself up. Robbo said, Everest, that's a diss to Fellaini, to be fair. Yeah, I think Static just kind of said the same thing. He was saying, you see this madness because we're scouting for an Arteta team. We are talking 5 to 6 players coming in. It's madness. Must mean we are getting money for Nelson and Fabio. I mean, surely, but
that's another one. Fabio Vieira, he needs to go as well. Oh my god.
Yeah. Any competent team, now Berta's in, especially. Any competent team should be doing all of that. Robbo saying Dio exactly 5 to 6 players, if not more, is already another rebuild. Facts. Robbo's also saying so we are doing a rebuild for the rebuild. Yep, that was a rebuild for the first rebuild in the first place. Crazy. It is crazy.
Was it even a rebuild? Yeah. Was it even a rebuild to begin with?
Well, you know what I mean? It makes you question everything, innit? You're questioning reality. That's why we've got the upside down in the background. We have to question everything at this point. Do you know what I mean? Robbo saying because the last 2 loans have worked out well. Well, it's not just that, but it's Arteta's, it's what you're allowing to go on. Why do you think Edu left, bro? I honestly feel like that. It's what you're allowing to go on. And I just want to see a Berta.
I've got to jump out, bro. I'll jump back in 10 minutes, yeah?
No worries, mate. No worries, sweet. For me, it's like, it's Arteta. He is the worst talent ID guy that there is. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, 100%. So, we could use those 2 loans. I mean, look at what Villa done. There was Asensio on the market. Do you know what I mean? Rashford on the market. Like, I just think it's Arteta. He's just, if you tell him the sky's blue, he's going to tell you it's red. So, I mean, what's your thoughts on that, bro? In terms of the loans, Static.
Well, like I said, I have no issues with that. It's just like I said, it's what you said, bro. It's the talent ID. Like, loan deals shouldn't be a problem, as well as us signing players permanently. But it's just like I said, Arteta has. I mean, you only have to look at the record. How many has he signed in total? 32 in total, including players he's re-signed for their contracts. His talent ID stinks. So we can bring in as many loan deals as we want and players permanently for permanent transfers. It's just the fact. Well, this is where Berta has to step in and say, no, I know about this player. He's not good. We're going for this player. No excuses. I want to see that from Berta. It's like, no, you're not getting this player. We're going for this player. So, for example, Šeško? No, we're not getting Šeško. Yeah. We know about this guy. He's not the guy that's going to lead us to league title glory. We're going for Gyökeres. He's done it twice already.
Yeah. Big facts, man. Big facts. And obviously, I've watched a little bit more of Sesko, where it seems more and more likely that he will be the guy coming through the door. I mean, there's a player there, but like you said, we need win now. We need win now.
agree, bro. I watched the Bundesliga, and I can tell you for a fact, Šeško is average. Trust me, he's not the guy to lead you to a league title.
And did you watch? Sorry,
maybe domestic cups, but come on, we're trying to win a league title here.
And don't get me wrong. Obviously, he's an upgrade on anything.
He's all right, but
no, he's an upgrade on what we got right now. Like, he'll do better than Havertz. He'll do better than Gabriel Jesus or Moreno up front.
If you're my honest opinion, he's not much different than Havertz. Honestly, the only difference is right. Yeah, okay, I'll give you credit. I'll give you one thing though. He is better at scoring from headers compared to 29 Havertz. So that's something. I'll give him
Did you watch Sporting against Leipzig when they played? Because I watched that game, and Gyökeres was doing bits and Šeško not so. Even the commentator said, "Well, if I had to choose, I'd pick Gyökeres." So I just don't understand why. It's Arteta, bro. He must literally be the only guy at the club, because you got to think now. Šeško's release clause as of 2025 is more expensive than Gyökeres. So what on earth are we doing? Can you see any logic in that?
Also, like, there's no logic, bro, whatsoever. I mean, the fact that we tried to sign him even last season, but then he said no and he signed a new contract, that should be the sign that he's not going anywhere. And now we have to pay even more money just to get him. No, look, I know you want the play, Arteta, but come on, you need to expand your talent ID, bro. And you've gone up against better players. Gyökeres, who is a better player than Šeško, and you're saying no to him. Come on.
And I'm sick and tired of this. This is the kind of stuff that's been going on for years and years and years, even through Arsene Wenger's days. All these players on the market, and we're fumbling and we're dilly-dallying, and we always end up getting the one that we didn't really want, the second choice. I'm just sick and tired of the same old shit. And here we are in 2025, literally going through the same old shit. But let me get into a couple more of these comments. Big up Dio. He said, I don't mind loaning players in, but we never loan serious players. Facts, we get Benayoun and Kallstrom. That's what I'm trying to say. It's been going on for the longest time. Do you know what I mean? For the longest time, telling me Asensio couldn't come in and do something for us this year. Definitely.
I would have taken him.
100%. It just makes no sense whatsoever. Big up, it's me, Everest. He said, Robbo, I know, but I couldn't think of any long-haired shitty defender on the spot. Big yourself up, bro. I hear you. Big up Dio, he said the most serious loan we've had that I've seen is Ceballos. Yeah, and how did that really work out? Do you know what I mean?
Well, he won us the FA Cup, bro.
Well, I mean, and then look at him, but there you go. You know,
that was a success.
Coming full circle, he's at Real Madrid, and we've got Odegaard. You know what I mean? So again, we're not ending up. You know, we're ending up with the short end of the stick, sort of thing. But no, I get it. Big up Dio, he said, okay, the 5-player shortlist. Šeško, I knew he was going to be on there, bro. Williams, nah, and I think it's definitely not Williams. And let me tell you this, I would take Šeško before I take Williams. 400 grand a week.
I'd take Mateta over Šeško.
I'd take Semenyo. I'd take fucking Hudson-Odoi. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'd take Eze to play at the left wing.
Him instead of Williams. And the fact that Eze can play in both positions, both central midfield, even as an attacking midfielder and left wing, so well. Like, he's so comfortable.
Exactly.
That is exactly what we need. The player who's
sorry, go on.
Like, because he's not out of position in those three positions. Like when he's playing as a cam, playing central midfield, left wing, he's never out. He doesn't look uncomfortable. He doesn't look like a player who's clearly out of position. He's actually a player who looks very comfortable in his positions played. So, whereas you look at Timber playing left back, he's always he was alright, but where's that me?
That's me, man. That's me. Some things have to hold around. Because I was clapping myself. I'm like, why am I doing that when I can just press the button? Do you know what I mean?
That's fair enough.
Yeah, but go on, sorry.
Like I said, I was just gonna say with Timber, when he played left back, he's all right, but he clearly looked uncomfortable playing on the left. So
just like Calafiori at right back, I'm sick of this, bro. I'm sick of this. And a competent manager wouldn't be doing all this rubbish, and he would get more out of the players. But let me finish it. I just wanted to come in there because there's no way on earth I'm taking Williams at this point for a 51 million release clause. And then there's more in the package, and sorry, Static, and 400k a week. 400k a week, and he's a 50-50 player at best. There's no way. Go on.
Do you actually know how much he's currently earning right now? Nico Williams at Bilbao.
He's over 200k. I don't know.
That's in euros. £200,000, but for euros it's 220.
Oh. And yeah, exactly. And his team are
And
just
Arsenal are going to sign a player with that's already on that. No.
And this is what I'm hearing about Osherman as well, my guy, because that was another thing that was bothering me. Why on earth have we not? I don't care about attitude. Then what I'm hearing about is he wants what? Is it 300k a week, like net though? So that's after tax.
Yeah.
So what on earth is that before tax? Like, I don't know, best part of 500,000 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like. Crazy money. So I think that's probably why he's going to head to Saudi. And Williams is doing the same sort of thing. If Madrid, so when people are saying to me, you know, they don't really Williams is the cheaper deal than Rodrigo. It's not. You might pay a bigger transfer fee, but you'd get Rodrigo for 250, maybe even 275, 280 a week. Do you know what I mean? 100%. And 400 for Williams, that is not the one for me. But anyway, let me finish his short list. He said Sesko, Williams.
Respect him though, like respect.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to finish it out and I'm get a bigger picture. Zubimendi, Eto'o, and Simmons. I like Simmons.
Yeah,
Leipzig as well.
Problem is he's already permanently joined Leipzig, and I just can't see him joining any team on loan this next season.
Simmons has joined Leipzig permanently. I thought
that was a few months ago. Yeah, he was on loan from PSG, and he joined them permanently like literally a few months ago.
Okay, because what's his face? Romano was talking about these two players on the way out. So, well, there you go. Things change all the time now.
However, now that Leipzig did did fail to qualify for Europe, anything's possible. They might be forced to sell him after all.
Yeah. What do you think of Eto'o?
To be honest, I don't watch too much of the Dutch. I do watch PSV, but I don't watch Ajax, so I can't really comment on him. But what I do have an alternative. Why go for Hato when we can go and sign Tyreek Mitchell for free from Crystal Palace?
I don't know if
he's a better player than Hato. Right now.
If you watch my content, I was just saying it. Don't forget all of that. I'm just saying we're losing our best left back, and then we've got a left and a right back sitting there for free in Mitchell and Aina. I'm like, why have we not got them yet, bro? They should have been walking through the door. Oh no, but we've got Ben White. But Ben White can be a centre back cover because he's not doing any good at right back these days. He's not the same player, in my humble opinion. So if anything, go and get both of those guys. They're right there now. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was sorry, I'll let you come in now. I was even saying before, I think because David's on his way to Napoli. When I saw the list, I'm like, bro, Aina, David, and fucking Tyreek Mitchell, because we have to box smart this summer. Yeah, box smart. Yeah, Ben White's not the drop off is for me. It's quite a lot when we go from Drury and Timber to White, and he's behind phases. You know, we know he's had the injuries and that. I don't think he's the same player, but he can be right centre back cover. You know what I mean? So go and get Aina, go and get Tyreek Mitchell, and go and get David. David looks long now, but we could still go and get Aina and that's bro. I'd bite your hand off for that, and I've said it loads of times. So great minds think alike, bro. I mean, was there anything else offered the free that you might have been looking at?
At the moment, no. But I was just going to say, I forgot to say this a few minutes ago. If I would applaud Berta to go and look at the free transfer market, because there are players we can sign for free. Just get it done. So
we need to box them up, man.
Yeah, and I wanted to quickly respond to Robo's comment. I was just saying the same as you. Yeah, because Leipzig failed to qualify for Europe, they have no choice but to sell their best players.
Right. Okay, and then
back to the comment.
This is why I need to bloody get to him, because I always take too long.
Sorry, man.
No, it's not you, it's me as well. Because I like to respond to the comment as well. Like it's interactive, isn't it?
That's some good comments in live chat.
Yeah, let me respond to it. But no, man, listen, Sesko, Zubimendi. I mean, I'm still a bit unsold on him, but and we still don't even know if that's. But anyway, all right, cool. Like I said, Simmons definitely. Like I said, I don't know too much about Eto'o, to be fair. Let me quickly slide into this. Dio said, if we get Xavi Simmons anytime he's on the pitch, the football won't be dead. Yeah. No, bro, he's definitely one out of that list that I would definitely say over everybody else. And I would take Sesko over Williams, 100%. Dio also said it's likely we only get 3 players from the 5-man shortlist, specifically Sesko, Zubimendi, and Eto'o. Okay. Big up the doctor. He said Ryan Cherky, for example, 19 mil release clause. I'm hearing he might go to Italy as well. This is what I'm trying to say. We are sleeping. This is what pisses me off. That is someone that could definitely come in and improve the squad. 100%, man. Big yourself up, Seymour Butts.
I've heard he's been linked to Borussia Dortmund as well, Cherky.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, and you're telling me you wouldn't want to come to us over those moves? Like, it's, oh no, but we can't do anything to Odegaard. This is what I'm trying to say. This Arteta guy is killing us, bro. Killing us. But anyway.
I like Cherky. I would love them. He's another player definitely would take at Arsenal.
Well, this is my point. And we probably won't get him because you don't want to upset other players. I'm sick of it. Yeah. He is the cancer of this club. But anyway, let me quickly just try and get through a few more of these. He said we could loan in Xavi Simons, but Leipzig will probably want a mandatory fee instead of an optional one. Fine, but if we're only going to maybe have Partey for another year, possibly, then I don't know, man. I don't know. We just need to do what we got to do. There can't be all of it. For me, these ifs, buts, and maybes. We just got to go ahead and put our best foot forward, bro. Everything's a risk. You know what I mean? We're already behind as it is, and if you continue to sit on your hands, we're gonna go further behind. Seymour's also saying Reinders, if that's how I say his name, also a no-brainer to get done under 30 million. I mean, so what was that?
Contest. Yeah, right. It's pronounced Reinders, and also no contest, 100%. That's I would 100% sign him. Yeah. But like I said, you know, if Man City want this player, if Man City want Reinders, then Arsenal should sign him.
Well, exactly.
If Man City want him, I want him.
Exactly, because they're a serious club, bro. They went and got Marmoush. I was calling for Marmoush.
They even go for Gibbs White, which I would take right now at Arsenal.
I mean,
I know people. Oh no, Gibbs White.
No, absolutely.
What season he's having?
No, absolutely, bro. And at the end of the day, like I said, if it's good enough,
we need players to shake up the squad, man.
Facts. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. And you know the reason that works into Man City is because they're not on this long thing, bro. Like we want to get it done. Like if you say yes, then we're gonna get it done now.
Boom, they want to win the league next season, so that's why they go for Gibbs White.
Big boy pants. You know what I mean? I'm a big boy now. Like if you know, innit? Like that's what I'm saying. They got their big boy pants on, bro. Big up Dio. We said we. Oh, I think I read that one.
You read that one.
Yep. Sorry, my bad. We need to sell Havertz, but that isn't gonna happen. This is what I'm trying to say about this guy crippling us. Yeah, everyone's right with the context. The wages are mad. The players we can't get rid of. You're absolutely right. But it's like, how are we allowing this then? Do you know what I mean? Because this is what was given Arteta credit in the bank. He's come and sorted us out. He's done it. Now we're back in the same position. I mean, is there anyone we could even sell him to, Static?
Maybe his ex-team. Maybe his ex-team Leverkusen.
Maybe his ex-team. I mean, and then what would we get? We'd lose money. I mean, I'd be lucky. I would be lucky to get 30 million for him with the wages that he's on.
Very true.
So again, it's another thing that Arteta's done.
Maybe Leipzig. Oh wait, there's no European football.
No European football, but maybe that.
Maybe Borussia Dortmund. Who knows?
Maybe it won't happen. Maybe it won't matter to have it. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm just at the stage where, like, for fuck feelings now. We got to move. We got to put the big boy pants on. But Arteta's always going to be going against the grain. You know, like an enabling parent.
Yeah, I was
young. Sorry, go on.
No, that's fine. I was just going to say maybe Juventus, because apparently they're looking at selling Vlahovic. So yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah. I mean, possible, but is it likely? I mean, that's my.
Who knows?
I don't think so. I think Arteta. You know, look at the way that he was speaking about him. It's like he got.
Oh, he loves the player. He's not going anywhere. That's the problem.
Got his partner back. You saw how he was smiling. Oh, you've seen how he's bulked. He ain't bulked up nothing, bro. Like I don't know what people are looking at. I'm like, what part bulked up where, bro? Like this guy was on the floor like 5 times at least when he came on.
Views. Have you seen the way Arteta smiles? He's like that evil shark from Finding Nemo.
Facts. And that's what was in my head. The moment that they mentioned Havertz, did you see the little smirk that come on his face? He was looking down at the time. And he kind of like, he was like, they mentioned his man crush. Do you know what I mean?
He has the smile of evil.
Evil, bro. I call him Arteta Bin Laden, bro. Facts. Facts. This guy's a terrorist.
A good one. That's a good one.
Terrorist,
yeah, that's facts.
I'm sorry to have to say the word, like YouTube allow me, but that's what it is, bro. Pragmatic football. You've killed the Arsenal, bro. Like we've gone from Wenger, where we at least when we weren't winning, we still played decent football. Now, jeez, Jeez, big up Dio though. He says, look, guys, I know people are gonna say who's gonna take him and all that, but seriously, for the good of Arsenal. No, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
I never won Havertz in the first place, so yeah, I agree with you.
Again, absolutely. Again, absolutely, bro. Never wanted this guy, and now we've been royally stuffed. I wouldn't be surprised if he's here to the end of his contract, bro. So, you know, buckle up, guys. Buckle up. Big up Dio. He said this was the season to go for the cups. Facts. Next season has to be the league. Well, there you go. But we're always a season or 2 seasons behind. I mean, look at 22-23. You know, we fucked up by not bolstering in January after having a couple of injuries, and then we went and done the same thing again in 24-25. Like, the club just don't learn. And then here we are. It was even worse in 24-25, in my opinion. But anyway, Dio, after the summer window, the only trophies we had a proper shot at were the domestic cups, Moreno, Calafiori, and Sterling. Those are cup recruitments. Yeah, I can't even argue with that. Big up Gary. He says, yes, Arsenal needs starters, only bench player, number 2 goalkeeper. Only bench player is a number 2 goalkeeper. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I think they've come out and said they're just going to promote Stepford or whatever his name is. And that's a smart move. That's a smart move, because why are we going to go and spend 20-30 million on a backup goalkeeper when that could be a first installment? Is it Stepford? Stepford. There you go. Yeah. Did you hear that? Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was good business. I thought, right, cool. That's the Berta effect. No, we ain't gonna fucking waste 20 to 30 million when that can be a first installment on another player. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are we gonna do that? We've got all these keepers, none of them are gonna play anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at Norbert Neto. 1 appearance, bro. Like, crazy.
What a waste. What a waste of a loan deal.
Bro.
Now, that was a waste.
Obviously, Sterling was a waste, but there was the smallest, the smallest thing that he might do something. But Neto, yeah, that was just total negligence, in my opinion. Big up Mr. Robbo. He says Nwaneri has 11 GA, 9+2. That's what I'm saying. He gets disrespected, bro, in all comps. And given that for 80% of the time he plays, also 8% of the time he plays microwave minutes, facts. It is very good stats.
That's what you say.
Yeah, microwave minutes. Yeah, facts, bro. It is very good stats. Yet Arteta doesn't care. He is better than 90% of our attack already, for fuck. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I mean, that he is now operating at the detriment of the team, because your stubbornness, your dumb decisions, like, you've got certain things there. Why did he get no minutes against Real Madrid, even when we were 4-1 up? Like, you're just taking the piss. We needed a goal against PSG and you didn't even try him. You know, you're keeping Odegaard on. He's stinking out the place. Like, you are now at the detriment to the club. And I want people to understand this. That's why I keep pointing and I keep saying free Nwaneri. This is why, bro, because we needed creativity. We needed a goal. Loads of these games. And now we don't even get the microwave minutes. It's just, they're bringing on Tierney. They're bringing on Jorginho. They're doing everything but bring on Nwaneri. It's an absolute piss take, in my humble opinion. Big up Dr. Seymour Butts again. He said, I think it's the latter. Speak out against dear leader. Find yourself shackled by your ankles upside down in the dungeons underneath London Colney. Bro, go on.
It's definitely the second option.
Bro,
chained up.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I personally think it's that. Like, whether they care wholeheartedly or not, I think it's more out of the fact that, well, hey, if I speak up, you know, if I talk, you know, like Jose Mourinho, bro, you know, you're never going to be seen again. But yeah, big up Seymour, appreciate you, my bro. Big up Gabby, have a good show. I'm out for the day. Enjoy your weekend, my bro. Make sure you guys are going to sub to Don't Waste the Trip as well. As well as the legend, yeah, man, as well as the legend Shane Guna saying Vigilante, big yourself up, bro. Make sure you're subbing to Shane as well.
View, sorry to interrupt. Vigilante just put a comment right at the bottom of your live chat. He asked you to drop the link.
Okay. Right, well, how long have we been? 2 hours. So we'll do a little bit more. I'll drop the link again. We'll do a little bit more. And then we'll try and get it to a close. That's why I'm trying to get through the comments, because it's just taking forever. Sure. So I am sorry about that, people.
We got sidetracked, didn't we?
Yeah, well, as always, man, because we got to talk, man. We got to talk as well. Big up Dio. He said, I'm sold on Williams, lads. He can play both wings, would do a lot for us. Every time I've seen him, it's 50-50. Like, one game you look like, yeah, you're better than Trossard and Martinelli. And the other game, it's like, who is this player? Like, I don't know who you are.
Agree.
And for me, it's just like, because of that, That's why I'm not sold on giving you 400k. If it was Rodrigo, I've seen enough of Rodrigo. I've seen you do enough stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a different level with him. You know what I mean? But for Williams, I think, yeah, the 51 release is good, but 400k a week is just not feasible at this point in time. But big yourself up, my bro. I appreciate your opinion. Robbo,
sorry to interrupt. I apologize. Sorry, Car Wash. I see you in the live chat at the bottom. Come and join.
yeah. We'll probably do another 20 odd minutes or so. So you know,
yeah. If you can.
Yeah. The links in the chat. I do want to try and get through a couple of more of these though. Big up, Mr. Robbo. Thing with Leipzig is they must sell someone. No Europe of any way for them next year. There you go. That's probably why. But Sesko's always been on his way out, always. So, yeah, I'm not too sure about Xavi Simons, but he's definitely someone I would take over all of those players that were mentioned. Vigilante, this is your comment. Oh, yeah, I think I got that.
Welcome back, Vigilante.
Yeah, welcome back. Big up, Mike. He said, yes, Ben White has been rushed. He has been rushed. And I think because of that, he is now a different player. So I'm not saying to get rid of him. I'm saying he can be our centre-back cover, bro, because we don't have right centre-back cover. So there he is right there. Go and get me Tariq Mitchell. Go and get me Ola Aina. And then now we've got depth. Do you know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm with you, though. Big yourself up, Mike. I don't know if I've seen you around here before, bro. So thank you for subscribing. I'll get you back. Big up Mr. Robbo. Even though Sesko is unproven, I can see why Arteta wants him. He has some traits better than Gyökeres. I don't know about that. Please let me know what they are, bro. However, we need win now, not win in 3 years type of player. Of course, hope is he will be our Isak. What I will tell you is I've seen some very good footwork from Sesko. You know, for such a tall man, I didn't know he was capable of some good footwork. So I'll give you that. But like I said, the more I watch him and the more I watch Sesko, there's only one man that I want at the carpet. I'll get through a couple of more of these comments and then I'll bring you guys back in. Robbo's bigging up Mike. Big yourself up. Community settings. Yep, Mike's bigging up Robbo. That's what we like to see. Jordan Hyman still in the building. Bigging up Mike. Bigging up Robbo. Bigging up Gary. We love it. Mike saying cheers, mate. Bigging up Jordan. Saying drop the link. Sorry, I couldn't see it. It takes so long. Big up Carl Walsh, man. The absolute legend, the volcano. Like I said, I'll probably do another 20 odd minutes or so. So it's up to you. Yep. Into the box. Iñaki is better. In my opinion, he is. He's a bit older, of course, but he for me, the games when I've watched them both, most of the time, I say he's been a little bit more consistent for me, in my humble opinion. Mr. Robbo's bigging up Kyle. I think I'm nearly getting there, guys. Kyle's bigging up Robbo. He said, gentlemen, I'd love to jump on, but I'm in a hotel at the moment with the woman celebrating our anniversary. Hold on. That gets a round of applause. Happy anniversary to you both.
Happy anniversary, Kyle, to you and your beautiful woman.
Yeah, man. Here's to many more, man. Absolutely, man. Always welcome on this channel, but I had to pop in and see how my brothers are keeping. Big yourself up, bro. Always appreciate it, man. Hope you have a great weekend. Don't be silly, bro. Big up Mr. Robbo. He said, for me, Sesko heading ability is also better, and since we cross, I'll give you that. I have seen Gyökeres score headers though, and not just one, but I will give you that. Big up Kyle again. He said, I don't want Sesko nowhere near our club, but there you go. There you go. Robbo also said the same, but I can see why Arteta wants him. Hits the Arteta system narrative. No, it's all Arteta. It's all Arteta over anybody else. I'm nearly at the end here now, guys. Big up into the box. He said, you want to know what Nico will be like in a few years. Look at his bro. He will be there or above his level. Maybe, but 400k, bro. That's the thing that's really killing me. If it was like 200k or he just still wants 200k Great British pounds, maybe. But 400, I'd pay 400 to Rodrigo, but not for Williams at this stage. Not for me personally, but I appreciate it, man. Obviously, people look at other stuff different. Yeah, Robbo's bigging up Carl Walsh. Big up to you and your missus. Have a great one. Thank you so much, bro. Big up. And we finally got to the end of the comments. So, I mean, anything in the comments? Go on.
You deserve a round of applause for that.
Yeah. Finally got there in the end. Uncle Views, right? You know what I mean? Finally got there. That's what I'm contention's about though. I do want it to make it interactive, so sometimes it will take a little bit of time to get there. But there you go, guys. So we got to the end of the comments. I mean, anything there that you want to kind of re-go over or feel like it's important to talk about? I mean, or there's that, and then we got one more community service tomorrow against Southampton. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit. I mean, how you guys feeling?
Sorry, I want to respond to someone's comment. No, Havertz is actually on 280k exactly, £280,000, not 300k, but close enough.
Yeah,
so you were saying, News?
Close enough. Yeah, no, just saying that, you know, as you said, you just responded to a comment. If there's anything Vigilante wants to kind of, if there's any comments you want to respond to, you know.
About the Sesko thing. If we don't get Gyökeres, I hope Berta turns around and goes, "You're not having Sesko, we'll get Osimhen." Just to completely bamboozle Arteta. So teach him a lesson. You're not getting your own way anymore. This is Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. If you don't like it, you know where the door is. Fuck off.
Facts.
Pretty much.
Facts.
That's what I want to see. Because if you look at it, Osimhen's won leagues in two different countries at least. I'm not saying Gyökeres hasn't, but out of the two of them, I would prefer Osimhen. He's done it in multiple different countries and in the Champions League.
Do you know
he can actually shoot from outside the box?
Right. Do you know the funny thing is, right? I was actually looking at both of them, right? And as much as I want Gyökeres, I was actually looking at Osimhen and I'm thinking he's probably a little bit more deadly, like inside the box. A lot of, and people seem to forget, they say, oh, Gyökeres is big and he's not that fast. He is. And a lot of his runs, like he comes from deep, like he's all near the halfway line. He's taking on players. He keeps running. He's really kind of like powerful when he drives in. But Osimhen, like, in terms of pure, just fox in the box, even though he can shoot from outside, as Vigilante said, I think, I don't know, just all-round finishing in the box, I'd probably say Osimhen's above him. I would. But again, it's another wages thing for him, isn't it? Because he wants 300k after tax. Like, he wants to be taking that home. You know what I mean? And that's why I think a lot of clubs have kind of steered away from him.
Over 29 any day.
Facts, man. Facts.
I was
saying. Go on, Static.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, to say, listen, I respect your opinion, boy 10DA. Like I said, listen, also always bring in profits every year. I mean, they're a big club after all, and yes, they don't use those profits to bring in the right players to get this team over the line to win more trophies or to do what's required to win trophies, especially the league. I don't, as for him having goal bonuses, I don't care if he does or not. The fact is, that's irrelevant. If he does, okay. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But the point is, this club pays way too much money for all these players for over the years. And you're right, Views. Just when Arteta came in, and the money that players were earning was reduced, but now it's gone back up to where it was, and I think it's 100 times worse than what it was before.
It certainly seems that way. It certainly seems that way.
We're screwed. Yeah, we are in a very bad place because of that. So now it's just like, well, stop just thingy and cut off the hand to save the arm. We're already wasting money like anyone's business anyway. So let's just take the hit to try and put us back into, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you got a fracture, I don't know, or whatever, you know, the bone's broken. Let's get the cast on in it. Let's stop. Anyway, bigger into the box. He said, as for the Sesko thing, you know, I want Gyökeres, but he doesn't fit in Arteta's system. You get Sesko, Rodrigo, and Mbeumo, a 10 and an out-and-out left back. I mean, it's not impossible. I don't know if Mbeumo would be the one because I think of the price tag, but I would not turn my nose up at Mbeumo. Obviously, Static has responded to Dio's comments there about the Havertz. Yeah, respectable. Yeah,
of course. Always. You're telling me Havertz has no. Oh yeah, I think you responded.
Can I come back to that one? Can I come back to that last comment?
Yeah, go on.
We didn't sign him as a striker, bro.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, there's that as well. There's that.
We're looking at goal bonuses. We didn't sign him as a striker.
Right.
I mean, so Arteta said himself he didn't know where he was going to play him, and after 55 games, then we can judge him.
What a mess!
What are we doing here?
And people still want to back Arteta. Want to support. Oh, he's the man.
I'd love to point out he played 55 games or more at Chelsea. So can I judge him from those games, or for you, Arteta? Where do I judge him?
Vigilante's coming out firing today. Yeah.
And by the way, we judged him after 50 games. He's crap.
Yeah.
So he came back, yeah. Arteta's talking about metrics, and I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember that the old school dance movie Breakdance, bro. I don't know, yeah, I don't know, but if not,
I think I know about, but yeah,
views, right? Breakdance, yeah. The guy is like, it's one of the first ever breakdance movies back in the day, right?
I remember.
That's what I feel. Yeah, that's what I feel like this bloody
oh yeah.
Havertz guy is, because it's just like you're on the floor. You gave away fouls. You gave away the ball. The ball was just bouncing off of you. This is you coming back. I know there's one more person in here, but sometimes this it acts a little bit stupid and letting me scroll down. There we go. It's the volcano himself. How we doing?
I had to jump on for a few minutes, lads. I had to tell the missus, give me 2 minutes there. I want to say a few bits and pieces. You know yourself, it's hard to entertain these women. But brothers, I have something big to say. I'm listening to loads of names. Sesko, Gyökeres, or whatever you want to call him. Nico Williams. I don't want to see none of these clowns at this club.
Yeah.
Not good enough. People are hyping up about Gyökeres, or I don't know how to pronounce his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If that fella was any good, he'd be at Man City, he'd be at Liverpool, he'd be top player as we speak. It's all right, score. What league is he in? Portuguese League. Yeah, he scored 52, 53 goals in the Portuguese League. I scored 52, 53 goals in the Portuguese League. Get the fuck out of here. We're talking about Arsenal Football Club winning a league title or winning a Champions League title. And I promise everybody, and listen to my words, because I'm going to be saying it throughout the whole of the summer.
Go.
If we get Sesko, if we get Gyökeres, if we get Nico Williams, we're winning fucking nothing again next season.
Yeah.
The players are not good enough. And not just that, but the manager is not good enough.
Nice.
So here we are, gentlemen, and I'm hearing reports of £300,000 a week for this fella, £400,000 a week for that fella. The club is fucked because of our wage bill.
Yeah, I literally said that, bro.
We gave Havertz 280,000 a week. We gave even more. We gave so he's on 265. Has he kicked the fucking ball since he came here? I'm looking at Declan Rice was on 60,000 a week at West Ham. He's on 200-something thousand at Arsenal. Odegaard, 250, 280,000 a week. What the fuck is going on here? Likes of Shevchenko, 150, Martinelli, 180,000 for that donkey. The club is fucked. I told everybody, I'm sick saying this to people. Our club is dead. It's fucked. And Arteta came in here and he's proved mine, and they're giving money here and they're giving money there to these players. Average players, by the way.
Facts.
And now these big players are going to come. If I'm a big superstar football in European football, and Arsenal come knocking on the door this summer and say, Kai, listen, you're a top goal scorer, we need you, will you come join? The first thing I'm going to say to my agent is, Havertz is on nearly £300,000 a week there at that club, and he's a fucking donkey.
Yep.
I'm a top quality striker. I know what I'm worth. I'm not going there till I get £450,000 a week.
Yeah.
This is the situation we're in. We're fucked. I told everybody. Under this Arteta, instead of like when Arteta came, we heard phases like progress. Yeah, we all know this.
Yeah.
Progression. The club is moving forward. No, stop spinning lies. The club is moving backwards, not forwards. And here we are, gentlemen. Summer coming, transfer window, and I'm telling you now, they won't even attract me. Never mind top European football players. So, setting down, it's going to be a bumpy ride. And we come to the end, the last day of August, the last day of transfer window, and to be rushed buying once again. Buying in bagels, getting bagels on loan. I'm fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, I'm going to hop back off now, because if not, I get divorced. But what I'm saying is, don't be listening to the lies and the propaganda throughout the summer. Names linked here, names linked there. Gyökeres, in my opinion, and Sesko, in my opinion, just my opinion, the two of those strikers that we'll be talking about, not good enough for this football club.
Yeah.
And if they come, I will be proved right. So, gentlemen,
Facts.
out of here. And in the meantime, I'm stating this here today. Under this manager, we can buy 10 Zinedine Zidanes, but winning fucking nothing.
Facts.
Trust me. Gentlemen, I will be jumping on again.
Of course.
As I say, I'm in the hotel here, chilling, I'm relaxing. I did try to sneak on Sky Sports, but they don't have the fucking thing on the television here.
No.
All the Irish channels. I'm looking at horse racing and bullshit like that. But listen, gentlemen,
Always a
I
pleasure.
better get out of here,
Always
or
a
as I say, the woman would turn into Kathy Bates off the film Misery, and I'd be in serious bother. I'd be like James Caan going around 2 legs and bits. Talk to you
Happy
on
anniversary, man. Happy
Love you,
anniversary.
Kyle.
for the
Love you,
vocation,
Kyle.
Have a
man.
great weekend.
You
Take
too,
care.
my friend. You
Happy
too, my
anniversary.
friend.
Out.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Let's give him a round of applause. It's always great to have a volcano on, man. I mean, and to be honest, before I let you come in, it's hard to argue with any of that. I think with the whole Gyökeres thing, what I would say is that,
Well done.
Can I add on to what Kyle said quickly?
yeah, go on.
Yeah, just like he's made a very valid point.
Mm.
Players are going to come in for a paycheck, not the badge.
Yeah.
And the club, they're going to look at it and go, no, I want the money. I'm not really too fussed about the club.
Mhm.
And he makes a valid point.
Mhm.
And also, it comes back to what I said earlier. Everyone's seen Arteta on the touchline. The guy's a lunatic. What player wants to play for that? And the fact he's being called out by legends of the game like Schmeichel, I mean, that's gone viral. Every player in the world has seen that. And they would have gone and looked at Arteta and gone, no, this guy's nuts.
Yeah, no, good point. Good point. Like I said, it's hard to argue with
So
what he's
true.
saying. But you do have to, because obviously he had to go, because if he could spend a little more time, I would have asked him, like in his opinion, who does come in then to help us win the league? Because if you look at the options out there, it's very slim. Like the fact that Sesko's even getting spoken about, the fact that he's even been linked with Liverpool and Chelsea and Spurs, and it's like, that's because there's nobody out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, unless they are 150 million, things like that. I mean, maybe a Julian Alvarez from Madrid. I mean, what do you guys think of that? There's talks that he, if a nice bid came in, they would consider it.
I like him, but it's unlikely he'll come to Arsenal. I just can't see it happening.
Do you see what I'm saying? So while he's got a very good point, maybe someone would say, and a lot of Arsenal fans have also said this about Gyökeres, he's in the Portuguese league, he hasn't done it, and I hear that to a degree. However, what I will counteract that with is then why has no one else got 50 odd goals in that league then? All I'm saying is this, right? That how football was when we all grew up watching it and how it is now is chalk and cheese in terms of the quality, in terms of how many players there are in positions and stuff. So like I said, if I was to ask you to name me the top 5 strikers in the world, it would struggle. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lewandowski, that's it.
And he's like 40 years old. He's my age. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's my point. I mean, I understand everything that he's saying, and he always makes valid points, and it's very hard to argue with that. And I'm not saying that I'm, like saying that Gyökeres is, he's in the Prem or he's in La Liga or he's been one of the top 3. I know that. However, when you look at what there is around football, around the money and everything else, it's just a no-brainer for me, because he is an upgrade. But like I said, Shane has Carl has some great points there. Like I said though,
Forgot to say Haaland as well. Apart from those two, Lewandowski and Haaland, I'm struggling.
I've got 2. Hold on, I've got 2 different vigilantes here. Are you joining for the second time, bro? He might have frozen. Let me join this one.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah, I'll bring in the other one then. So you know what I'm saying. So to try and obviously caveat that point there. Because he has got a great point, and it's so hard to argue. Like Williams, I'm definitely not sold on. Sesko, I'm not sold on. Gyökeres, I'll 100% take, although I understand his point. But then as I keep saying, you know, top 5 strikers in the world. Like, who is it? You know, who are they? You know, because this is the landscape now.
By the way, Vigilante's disappeared again.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe he's having some issues. Into the box is saying Osimhen will go to PSG.
Yeah, probably.
That'll be they'll be even more scary. Link up with Cava. Yeah, they'll be even more scary. That will be even more scary.
He's got me. Apologise.
No worries, mate. That'll be even more scary if Osimhen goes there.
Yeah.
Carl Walsh is bigging up Static, always a real one. Yep, there you go. And is Mr. Arsenal in our community, always supporting us all. There you go, man.
Big love and respect to you always, Carl. My brother.
Big
love you always, bro.
Gavin's bigging up Carl Walsh as well. Sorry it's taking me so long to get here. Excuse me. Dio saying I think Sesko is going to be a star, lad. Really
respectfully,
respect to Dio for that one, but Dio was also saying that we might get 35 for Kivior, so I don't know whether it's a troll or whether you actually believe this, my guy. I'm not even taking the piss. Let me know, like, whether you actually believe that. Like, real talk, no banter. Like.
Until I see him consistently scoring 20 goals a season, not in all competitions, in a league season for more than 2 years, then I'll change my mind about Šeško. Until then, I'm not convinced. He only managed to score 13 Bundesliga goals this season. Last season, he had 14. He's worse. He's gotten worse.
What do you think, Vigilante? What do you think of that comment there from Dio? Do you think he's going to be a star for us?
No.
Just playing.
So I watched the Leipzig Dortmund game. Sesko kept running into the corner to go say hello to the fans.
No.
He kept turning a 3-on-1 situation to a 2-on-1. He's an idiot. So no,
Boys, I even watched him for Slovenia in the Euros last summer. He was horrendous. I was not convinced by him at all. I thought the one game where I thought he was really going to step up was Portugal, but no, he didn't. He failed to show up, and they got knocked out by Portugal, which then they got knocked out, of course, by Spain or someone else. So,
yeah, and this is the curse of Arsenal, man. The curse of Arsenal. The market opportunities are just slapping us in the face, and we're just moving like Stevie Wonder. Like, what? Who was that? Where did that come from? Do you know what I mean? Going after these fucking B-Tech players, it really does get on my nerves. And like I said, man, I mean, what Kyle said is absolutely right, and it irks me, bro, because look at the state of football, bro. Like, where is the top strikers? Where is the top strikers? You know. Like I said, if I ask you lot to name me the top 5 strikers in world football, we'd struggle. We'd be naming old guys and stuff like that. It's crazy. Big up Theo. He said we should sell Havertz, abomination of a footballer. I do not agree more. Robbo's bigging up Kyle. Big yourself up. Not coming up, you know. Not sure what that's about. Big yourself up. He said facts, Carl. And meanwhile, Gabriel Magalhaes is on 100 a week. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So, you know, his contract's going to be mad as well. But is going to have to do some, or whoever's going to have to do some big stuff there. Robbo's clapping as well. Big yourself up. Dio Isak only scored 6 in a La Liga season.
So what? At least he's proven it. At least he's done it in the English Premier League right now. You know, well done to him. 20 goals back.
I hear the point.
He didn't stay stagnant or go backwards.
Yeah, I hear the point. The point. Go on.
I've done the eye test, and I know my eyes
test
never lies.
No.
I've watched Isak more than Šeško, fair enough, but I've seen enough from Šeško and Isak, and the eye test doesn't lie. Isak,
Yeah.
I knew he was Isak to pronounce it. Yeah, Isak's better player than Šeško. So, yeah, okay, he scored less goals, but in terms of him being a better player than him, of course he was.
Yeah, exactly, because there is such thing as the eye test as well, and what player would suit your team.
I'm not just and by the way, I'm not just relying on just goals scored. I mainly just look at the overall player themselves more than just the goals. So even though both are technically goal scorers and they should be scoring a lot of goals.
Good point. I mean, I understand these points.
Look, respect him.
No, I understand the point. Obviously, because Sesko ain't had a chance to come here and do his thing. But then how many seasons was Isak in Spain? I'm pretty sure it's more than one. You know what I mean? We were looking at him. Plus, it was Newcastle that took a punt on him. Plus, he didn't cost what Sesko's going to cost. So and plus, it depends on where we are as a club. We need to win now. We're behind. So any 21-year-olds and all that, it's unless we're talking like Yamal quality, then
yeah.
you know, I'd rather just leave it all out. You would have said these same things about Isak. Well, I hope I've explained it a little bit, but I understand your point. No, I do, but we ain't got time for this right now, my bro. Big up, he said Slovenia.
Yeah, Slovenia is a country. Slovakia is a country. I don't know what country he plays for. It's Slovenia or Slovakia. It's one of those two.
Okay.
Sheshko
I thought you were talking about him playing against these players, but these teams. Sorry, but
no.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I was just saying I've seen him play for Slovenia, and I wasn't convinced.
Yeah.
The way he was playing for Slovenia was exactly the same as I've seen him play for Leipzig.
Every time I've watched,
the only difference is better players. He's played around better players at Leipzig.
Yeah.
Compared to Slovenia or Slovakia, whichever country he plays for.
Yeah. No. I kind of agree. Big up Tony, big yourself up, bro. Hammers Football TV. Make sure you guys are subscribing to him as well. Road to 1K, saying big up views and to the chat. Big yourself up, bro. Hope you're good this weekend. Big up Dio. He said Kane didn't look good in an England jersey and Sesko is playing for Slovenia. We're really going to bat for this guy, innit? Do you think, Dio, where we are at this point, that we need another potential player? Because I really don't.
Kane doesn't look good in an England shirt. Are you mad? He's one of the top scorers in England's history.
Well, yeah, there's that as well. I'm going to say that ain't always the case, is it? And at the end of the day, you know, Kane was world class before he even left Tottenham to win a trophy. Like you could tell that anyway. Like I said, it's not just about stats. It's about like you can watch the player play. Do you know what I mean? But
I would even take Harry Kane right now instead of Sheshko and Gyökeres, because he is a world class striker. And we need world class players
even now.
Right now.
That's when I knew that
Berza can do it. Wow, I
that's when I knew we weren't a big club, guys. When he went to Bayern, it's like, well,
that's unlikely.
Yeah, he was never going to come to Arsenal. Yeah, all right, mate.
Dream.
How do you know? How do you know?
Sesko's so good. How comes no one else is after him?
There you go, bro. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Robbo's bigging up Hammers. Big yourself up. Hammers is bigging up Robbo. Love to see it. Dio, you got to go for the player before it's obvious they are the player. Otherwise, we're priced out. Is next up. Listen, I'm not saying you haven't got points. You have got points, but that's just not where we are right now, bro. That's not where we are. If we would have done that in, I don't know, even last season, not that I wanted him last season, but even if you would have done it then, it would have made more sense than to try and go and get him this summer when Gyökeres and Osherman and there's other players sitting there. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Isak is years older. Regardless, what is this, bro? Like all this kid, like kids are gonna get us across the line. We need winners to get us across the line right now, players, bro. So like I said, while I understand your points and the logic, right now there's no way I can agree that that's the better move. Not one bit. I'm sorry, my guy. That's just how I feel. Big up Hammers, he's saying smash the like button if you haven't already. Big yourself up, my bro. Big yourself up, man. Dio, again, would you have gone for Isak before he landed at Newcastle?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because 100%. I could watch him and I could see that he's a better player than Eddie Nketiah. When I look at Isak, he reminds me of Thierry Henry. When I look at Sesko, I don't know what I'm looking at. A lamppost, bro. He's got good feet. Some of the compilations, he's got good feet. But I said it's compilations. Anyone can look good in the compilation.
See, the thing is views. Even a few years ago, when
Nicholas Bentner would look good in a compilation.
Facts.
So sorry, boys. I just want to say, listen. When we were linked to Isak a few years ago, at first I was like, not sure about it. But you know what? If Arsenal want the player, then okay, go for it. So, but then after I saw more of him, I was like, oh yeah, I can see why Arsenal want this player. But then we never got him, and then he went to Newcastle.
It's not just that, but we have a history of doing this. Like there's players, we could have got this player, we could have got Kudus, we could have got this guy, we could have got this guy, and we're always a year or 2 years late, and then we have to pay out big money for the same players that we could have got before. Like I said, if you would have told me even last season or 22-23, then talk to me about Sesko then, innit? But right now, when we need to win and we're behind, it's just not the one for me, man. It just ain't. But like I said, I'm not saying that there's no logic in your points, because there is, and they would be valid in other seasons, but this one ain't it. Just for me,
this right now, I agree. Right now, yeah.
Right now, we need now. that's when we have to go for the player. Sesko is not potential. He is, bro. He is 14 goals and 13 goals. That's not a gunman to me, bro. Like, I just got to be honest. I mean, what do you guys think? Am I going mad? I mean, 14 and 13 goals for a winger, that might be all right. But for a gunman,
yeah.
That's midfielder number, not striker.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm even anyone else in the chat.
And if we get him in, you only have to divide it. That's like what 7-8 goals you'll get for the season for Arsenal. Because obviously you got to divide that in half with him adapting to the new league and everything.
Yeah. If there's Portuguese tax, then there'll be Bundesliga's tax, right? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
There you go. So there's
ice
cream, man. Sorry, it's not even sunny outside. Like, what is this guy doing, bro? That's how you know it's 25. We're literally in the upside down. This is the Hunger Games. Like, here's where we are, people. Here's where
even
we are.
That's shimmy up from all the Tottenham demise this week. The ice cream shop, bro.
Oh yeah.
I take what you get, bro.
It's mad. Dio saying Kane looked horrendous at the Euros. Let's not pretend. What, in one tournament, bro? And how many goals did he score last season or this season for Bayern? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's probably more than what Sesko bagged, even at his age. I don't know, though. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. I haven't checked it out. But we know Kane's world class. Sesko is potential, unfortunately. You're saying he's not potential. What is he then? Because he ain't world class. So, that's what I would put back to you, my guy. Big up AFC always. He said Sesko in the Euros was trash. Senedo look alike. It's been 15 hours.
Facts. AFC always. That's facts.
It's been 15
Big love, respect to you.
No goals. That was a great comment. Big yourself up, bro. Yeah, that one made me chuckle. Big up Tone again. He's saying big up Carl Walsh, you legend. Absolutely, man. Big up Robbo. He's saying AFC always. Big yourself up. Love to see it. AFC always bigging up Robbo. Kyle bigging up Tony. Love to see it. Yeah, man. Everyone's getting love. Community settings. Robbo saying, to be fair, judging players by internationals, I think that's what you meant to say, is very subjective. Lewa is a baller at club level, can score for Poland, but he doesn't have the same facts. But there's always context. There's always context. And sorry, before I let you guys come in, well, I'm not wholeheartedly disagreeing with Dio. I'm just saying it's not the time and place. We don't need anyone that's 21, unless you're Yamal or that kind of shit. You're not world class in it. Yeah. So you are potential, unfortunately. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just not the right time. I mean, you guys want to chime in on that?
No, I can't really disagree with that, to be honest. It's facts views.
Vigilante?
What's up?
I mean, what's your thoughts on what Dio's saying about the Sesko thing? I mean, do you think he's bang on, or are you kind of with us lot a little bit? Where
I'm with you guys. Yeah, no, it's a Sesko. No.
Right. Okay. Fair play.
All he wants is money. Yeah. Again, a player. I just want money. I want to see a player in for the door who wants to play for the club.
Okay.
He understands that he's coming to Arsenal. He's not just going to any old team.
I get it. What kind of gave you that impression though? Because I don't know. I mean, because like you said, you knew about the Odegaard on the beach thing, and I didn't. So
I didn't know. Respect to Vigilante.
Yeah, that was. I just looked it up. That was November. I'll send you the article, bro.
Yeah, big up for that.
In November.
Okay. But what you just said about Sesko,
I was a bit wrong with my timing, but yeah, he fucked off on holiday in November.
That is disgusting. But what I was saying about what you just said about Sesko kind of being more like a mercenary player, right? And this is I'm going to give you an example of why I'm asking you why, because I've not seen anything like that. Even with just give me 1 second. Even with Gyökeres, right? That filled me more with mercenary vibes, because you're waiting. It seemed like you was almost waiting on the outcome of that to see whether you're going to go to United or Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? But with Sesko, I kind of haven't seen anything like that. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just saying, have you come across an article or a video or an interview where he kind of gave you that impression? Let me get this comment out your face as well.
The way I looked at it is, we went in for him last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he said no.
For me, that was because he didn't want to play behind Havertz, though. That's what I. There
you go. So if the only way to get him in is with money.
Okay.
Because if he's going to go in behind Havertz, you've got to give him a reason to sit there, and it will be money. Like, for example, I'm going to throw two players, Ozil and Cazorla. Cazorla was happy being on the minimum, smaller wage to Ozil, but he was by far the better player in our team.
No,
And
I
he
get your
played
point.
for the badge.
I
When
get
you
your
saw
point.
Cazorla play, he understood what it is to be an Arsenal player. Ozil,
Yep.
no, I never
No,
saw
it's a
that
great
from
point.
him.
It's a great point. The only thing I will caveat that with is obviously he said no because he didn't want to be a second choice striker. If he comes this year, it's going to be under the assumption that he's not going to be a second choice striker. So I understand your point.
Didn't
So
come last year. He knew it was still Arsenal, so he knew who we are. He didn't go, yeah, sweet, I'll come to Arsenal. I'll play stick and fiddle and I'll knock Havertz out of position. He didn't go to take a luck out, did he?
yeah, good point. I mean,
That's the
what
way
I would say is when you're
if you're going to sign me, sorry to interrupt. If you're going to sign me if I'm Tesco, give me a chance to knock him out the squad.
you're
And he
absolutely right.
didn't.
You're absolutely right. That's a great attitude to have. However, if you are the first choice striker in the Bundesliga, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But I think, do you know what it is? I think you're right. But there is context for both arguments. You're right, but there is context for both arguments. But I didn't look at it that way. That's why I'm asking you about it, because it's interesting to see kind of where you got that impression from. I just thought that I ain't gonna come and play behind this guy. He's not even a striker. Do you know what I mean? Not once did I think, oh, it's a money thing. So it's a good point you've made. Like, you're bringing something new to the table. That's why I just wanted to know what brought
And you
that
just
to your
made a good point
attention.
as well, bro. You just made a good point. Havertz isn't a striker, so Sesko could easily look at that. He ain't a striker. So my job of knocking him out the lineup's even easier. But he hasn't taken that approach.
And what do you think about that static? Do you think, because like I said, that never even crossed my mind, and I'm not saying it's because it's not right. I'm just saying it just didn't enter my thought process. Did you feel like that, you know, with Sesko? I mean, do you feel like he's kind of a bit of a, from what Vigilante's saying, like a bit of a mercenary or what?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit, but you know, like I said, as I already said before, every player is different, and you just don't know how well he's going to adapt to another league. So, yeah, he can be, like I said, even if he scored like 20, 30 goals in the Bundesliga, there's no guarantees he's going to adapt as well as he can or should in the Premier League next season if he was to join Arsenal. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's that as well. You know, people seem to be kind of forgetting that a little bit.
And to be honest, I was just going to say, we need a goal scorer, man. Like, we don't need players that are just going to be doing this, doing that, because, like, you know, it's just it's bad enough we've got all our players dropping back and defending, and we've got no one up front to put the ball in the back of the net. We need a goal scorer, man. Just, you know, that's great that he can do passes and he can cross the ball and do tricks, and that's great. But I just want Arsenal to buy an old-fashioned goal scorer. That's what we need, man. By Harry Kane, for example.
Great point.
Even though, credit to him, he's good at his passing and everything, but that's just a bonus. I see that as a bonus. I just want a good old-fashioned goal scorer.
Right, so Dio's come back. He said, but even last season, the fans were saying they wanted win now players, and then we got Moreno and Sterling, and people ran the experience side up. Only the top gooners, my bro. I mean, that's the only simplest way I can put it. No one over on this side was happy that we got Moreno and Calafiori and Meg Sterling. Like, nobody was happy with that over on my side anyway. I don't know. I mean, you guys, do you want to chime in on that?
Sterling's a -2 out of 10 window.
Minus 100. What a waste of money. What an absolute waste of time, man.
And one game.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. I think it's a complete waste of money to buy Moreno and Sterling. Rory. Complete waste of money to get those two guys. You know, definitely weren't happy with that. The fact that it took us all summer and then we only went and got 2 loans after that. Like, you know, that is just not it. So I understand your point you were making, and then Arteta and the club let everyone down because they weren't the players. So just because we bought those players don't mean that we or everyone accepts those players, because I definitely don't. And no one on this side or people that I listen to on this side of the fence were saying, oh God, what a great window that was. Nobody. Do you know what I mean? Everyone still cusses Robbie now for saying it was a 7 or 8 out of 10 window. Like, do you know what I mean? So I get it, but only the top gooners were saying that, my bro. AFC's bigging up Tony, big yourself up, my bro. Carl saying I want a 99 piece from that fucking ice cream van. There you go. I like where I am as well, yeah. Everything's like right outside my window here. Like even when the kids come out, they're like screaming. It's absolutely it's a nightmare to try and do live shows with. That's why I like going downstairs. You know what I mean? Because you don't hear it as much. But big up Kyle, man. Hope you're having a good anniversary, my bro. Dio said Sesko will score 17 first season with us.
No, respectfully, I disagree.
17 in his last 2 seasons, bro. Like,
yeah.
But big yourself up, man. Obviously, I don't know. There must be something that you really like about the player. I just don't see it. I think if he scored 14 and 13, he'd probably be lucky to get 10 in his first season, in my opinion. He might prove us all wrong. I mean, it's possible, but is it likely?
What about Ivan Toney?
Talk on it, bro.
You've got Toney, you've got Duran, Owen Saudi. There's quite a few strikers out there that could easily be bought.
Yeah.
Great points, man. Great points.
Toney's played in the Premier League, so why not?
Exactly that. Dio said it's not really a potential thing, even if we keep these dead wingers, Martinelli and Dross. I always call him Gary Elliott, Martinelli, and Kung Fu Panda, like Curtis. Do you know what I mean?
Both wingers need to go anyway.
And there's no denying that, and that's something that we agree on, Dio. There's no denying that we need upgrades on all these players. And yes, Sesko, I still believe is an upgrade on our striking department, but I just don't think it's
I agree with that views because we don't have a striker. That's why
and that's it, and that's literally the only reason. Do you know what I mean? And then we're still going to be.
The only thing I agree with that because we don't have a striker. Literally.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but I hear it. We're here to talk about it all. That's what this show's all about. So there you go. Big up Kyle again. He said this season Sesko has scored 30.
I literally just said that facts.
Yeah, in 33 appearances.
And I've seen him. Like the eye test doesn't lie. I'm not convinced about him whatsoever.
Fair play. Big up Dio again. He said I don't really see the problem with that. Not like Leipzig are a good collective. Isaac scored 6 at Sociedad, and most people went cold on him at the time. Like I said, I didn't know anyone in my immediate vicinity that was cold on him at the time. Like you know, he's taller than Eddie and Nketiah. He kind of looks a bit like Thierry Henry. He's better on the eye. Do you know what I mean? And we could have got him, and we probably could have got him maybe even for less than what Newcastle paid. Do you know what I'm saying? It's definitely less than Havertz, you know. So I understand your point, because that is a good example. However, as we all keep saying, there is such thing as the eye test, in it. And as much as we watch Eddie and Nketiah and like this guy stinks and we want to scratch our eyes out, it's not really the same when you watch Isaac, in it. So, but I get it. But like I said,
can I say,
go on.
No, I was just saying, and credit to Isak because, his finishing wasn't great, but since he's joined Newcastle, his finishing has gone up. It's gone way up, and now all of a sudden he's got 10 goals the season before, and then 21 last season, and now he's got 23 this season. So
where he's going up, and Sesko's gone from 14 to 13. So what is he going to do?
He's stagnating, bro.
Yeah. I hear it though. Big up Carl Walsh Gunner again. He said, "I feel it's all opinions, bro. This is what the show's about, bro. Everyone can voice their opinion. I feel we need a goal scorer that's going to score 20 plus. I don't think he is the answer."
Facts, Kyle. Facts again.
Yeah, man. But we need it. I mean, not to say he could never get there, but just at this point in time. But there you go. Sesko's not going to be behind Havertz after 2 training sessions. Yeah, well, if he ends up coming, guys, because regardless of what we all say, it's still a very big possibility that this guy might be at the club, innit? So, do you know what I'm saying? You're saying I'm not being serious. I'm being very serious, bro. I feel like you're being a bit like there's not enough evidence for you to have this much confidence in him. That's my honest opinion. It's all just opinion based, and you're welcome to come on. You're always here. You know I appreciate you, bro. But to say that we're not being serious or being disingenuous, I don't believe we are. I feel like there's not enough evidence for Sesko to be held in that light. And if you can give it to me, bro, then please do. Because all we're getting now is conjecture and what ifs. Do you know what I'm saying? But big yourself up. Arteta's coaches are going to see Sesko touch and general play on day 1, and they're going to slap Arteta's shit if he plays Havertz ahead of. See, I agree that Sesko will come in and You understand? But what is the club saying to him as well, though? Do you understand what I'm saying about how we move as a whole collective? Like the fan base the top gooners just listen to whatever Arteta says. You know what I'm saying? And Arteta's always going against the grain. Like, you know, what does that say about the club? Because what were the club saying to him if Havertz is going to be an issue for Sesko? Like we probably should have had him already, right? Because that should never have been an issue. You're going to play behind Havertz. Should never have been an issue. So it's not. I'm not saying that he wouldn't. Of course he would. You absolutely would. He's better than Havertz. Havertz ain't a striker. So there's no denying he'll come in and overtake Havertz. But what are the club then saying to a player like that for that to even be a thing? So it's just bullshit from the club as well, man. Bigger AFC always. Ivan Toney, 22 goals and 28 starts, bro. We should have got him last. There you go.
He's a better player than Šeško.
Yeah, what you saying, Vigilante? Obviously, ain't spoke for a bit. What do you reckon on Ivan Toney? Because we were talking about him a little bit last summer before he went to Saudi, and again, Arsenal did the whole "we can't see him, we don't know who that is." You know, what's your thoughts on Ivan Toney, my bro?
Why isn't he in an Arsenal shirt already?
Yeah.
And I just want to come back to, I noticed Mr. Robbo put something. Did Robbie Lyle actually say that Havertz has scored 209 plus goals in the league this season? If he actually said that, can you send me that clip? Because, wow, I want to know where he's getting his weed from, bro.
You know, I want some.
209 goals in the league in one season. Are you mad?
That can't be real. That can't be real.
It's in the chat, bro.
Oh, I'm going to get...
No. It says... Sorry, you do what
I was saying like what I was thinking it must be a typo or something, not from Mr. Robbo.
20 plus, yeah, it's a typo. It's 20 plus.
That's what I'm saying.
20 plus.
No, never.
No,
he's never scored 20 goals in his career. Havertz, he'll never do it. Never.
Oh, I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's like Chinese whispers with your eyes. Like we're seeing two completely different things. It's crazy. Why wouldn't Sesko have anticipated being behind Jesus in the pecking order? But why would he? I don't understand that. Like, especially when Jesus weren't even the main man. Like Havertz is in front of Jesus up front. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. Right, here's Mr. Robbo's comment. Or is it? I don't know if it is. For me, question is, we have never seen Arteta coach a striker in a striker position yet, because the only proper striker golden boot Oba he played at left wing. Yeah, big question mark as well.
Yeah. Also, bro, sorry to cut in. I just want to say, the only actual striker, was Aubameyang. Yeah, he also played him left back, left wing back. So yeah.
And this has been going on for times. What we're seeing now with all these round hole, square pegs, or whatever that saying is, we've been seeing this for God knows how long. And I call him Tinker Man. Sorry, disrespect to Ranieri. Sorry, go on, bro.
Yeah, sorry to disrupt, bro. I just want to say quickly that even if we do sign Šeško, hypothetically, don't be surprised if we see him play as a central midfielder or as a centre back or as a left back or as a left wing back.
Yeah.
This Arteta. I guarantee he'll do something like that. anything to look like he's intelligent with his formation and lineup.
And don't get it twisted, guys. Like I said not long ago, there's a very, very good chance we still might end up with this guy no matter what we're saying. So, Dio, you might get to see what you want to see anyway, regardless, because he's still very much spoken about. Robbo says AFC always said that all the time, but attitude, just dumbness, top gooners, fair play. Robbo's also saying, by the way, the women's Champions League final in 1.5 hours. Come on, you gooners. Well, they'll probably end up fucking going on to win it. Maybe I do need to pay more attention to the women's game. Do you know what I mean? It might be worth following. And here's the comment. So he said, will score 209. It must have been 20 plus goals.
Yeah, my bad.
Didn't they say that last season? Oh, but he got injured. He was nowhere near it before that happened, bro. Missing open goals. Like, it was harder to miss some of the chances that this guy had. Like, what do these guys look at? People are really entertained by this football. It's boring. It's rubbish. Like, I mean, quickly before I move on, what do you guys think of our football, bro? Are you entertained? Gladiator settings, bro? Because I am not.
No.
I've fallen asleep in games.
And you go in it. You go to games, Vigilante, right?
Yeah, I've actually fallen asleep. It's boring.
Talk on it, bro.
Mm.
What's the
You know, how am I falling asleep during a North London derby? I'm not. I was sat watching it on TV and I fell asleep. It's only because of the commentator screaming Trossard's name I woke up.
Curtis says it all the time. You know, if you need a cure for your insomnia, watch Arsenal play. I call it community service. Every time I feel like I have to come and do it. Like I'm being forced to do it.
Heavy machinery watching Arsenal. Fucking hell.
Yeah. And I always say paint watches Arsenal dry. We are that rubbish. I mean, static. I mean, is there anything in what you see us do that you know kind of describes our football the way that these guys do?
I can't really add anything much else to what you guys have said. You guys have spoken facts.
It's dross.
So look at Newcastle last week. They were
Horrendous.
playing through our lines with ease. When was the last time we saw Odegaard ping a ball straight through a midfield into a defence? Never.
Great point. Great point. It's dross. Honestly, I feel like he's just making us just worse and worse and worse. We play boring football, and on top of that, boring, pragmatic, defensive football. We still don't win. Like,
See, the thing is, views.
I mean, we've
Boys,
gone
let me
from
just say
having
this.
Fabregas, who plays 3-4 passes ahead, to having Odegaard, who plays 3-4 passes behind.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Boys, let me just say this. Sorry, I just say the thing is, you can play pragmatic football, right? But it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
Facts. And like I said, I wouldn't mind the whole 1-0 to the Arsenal thing if we was winning, but we're not. So we're not winning, you know, and we're boring to watch. So what value are you giving to any fan? I'm not even going to say the game going fans, because I spend money and I don't even go to the game to watch Arsenal. Do you understand what I'm saying? So everyone's spending money. What value are we getting for our money? But I'd say especially the game going fans having to put up with the fucking, you know, piss water beer and the poisonous hot dogs and everything's over fucking priced. Like, it's an absolute joke. I had poisoning.
It's facts.
The last time I was at the Emirates, I had food poisoning for a week after one of those shit. Like,
Sorry about that, views.
I'm telling you, so where's the value in this? Especially with all the merch drops and the reality shows and all of the PR spinning. Where's the value?
You know, like on what Static just said about pragmatic football, Jose played that when he first arrived, but he understood you need the players to quickly get forward. You know, Damien Duff, Robin on one wing and Drogba up the middle. And Lampard
Very true.
play that ball forward. Look how quickly those forward break.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Facts, bro.
Odegaard gets the ball and he's doing a Beyblade sort of spin in the middle of the midfield, looking here, there, and everywhere.
And boys, this comes back to
without the ball. Fabregas would always be looking all over the pitch. Every 2 seconds, his head would turn. You look at Odegaard; he only does that when he gets the ball.
Great point. Great point.
Boys,
You're going to say something?
Yeah, this once again comes back to the lack of player ID by Arteta. You know, not bringing the right players for his formations, his game plans. But that's why he's clueless. He'll never move forward as the coach that he is, the superior coach that he is.
Yeah. Big up Mr. Robbo, who's saying Stella or Trossard. Yeah, and he's not been consistent enough for me. Like, he's definitely, him and Martinelli should be going. We should be getting 2 left wingers, but that probably won't happen. Dio saying, if Berta gets sold on Sesko, will you then trust the signing?
No.
You
I'll have a word
trust
with that.
Havertz?
If Berta's then sold on Sesko, I'm now questioning Berta, bro, because we need win now. I mean, you might think you might think that he is, bro, but I'm just not convinced on it. Like I said, man, I feel like there's more evidence to the contrary in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if Sesko comes through the door, for me, it's going to signify that Berta never won that war, and that's not going to give me confidence as for my sporting director. If I'm being totally honest. Dio also says, lads, this just football talk. Oh, yeah, of course it is, bro. Come on, man. It's just opinions. You're welcome to always come on as well, bro. This is what the intervention's for. Anyone, they don't even have to be Arsenal fans. Come on here and have your say. Topics in the chat, or you come on the stream. Absolutely, bro. It's no disrespect. We just don't agree on this one. That's all it is. But the fact
we respectfully disagree with you about
that's it. And the fact of the matter is, whether we agree or not, he still might be at the Arsenal. And like I said, for me, I would be looking at Berta then like, well, why are you here then? Do you know what I mean? If Berta is sold on him, fair play, but I still won't be convinced. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter because he'll just be at the club anyway. So there you
go. And I was going to say, players, not all players are suited to the Premier League. I mean, you know, the way Šeško is now at Bundesliga, that suits him perfectly. So, you know, good luck to him.
Yeah, and you're absolutely, bro. Of course, it's not serious, bro. You're here all the time, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure you're a mod. Come on, bro. We're just having a difference of opinion. That's it, or opinion. Dio also says Jesus was injured. That's why we were running the abominable habits. That's it. I hear it, bro. I hear it. But both of those guys needed upgrades, bro. So whoever was up front was not enough. That's basically my point. Obviously, it was Havertz in the hot seat at the time. But my point is, none of those guys should be enough to keep Šeško on the bench. Like, that's not, I'm not arguing with you about that at all. And Vigilante's right. Maybe he should have had that attitude to say, I'm going to come and dislodge these guys. But the fact he turned us down because he didn't want to play behind these guys, for me, like I said, it's all about perception. But for me, that kind of gave me a bad taste about the club. What are the club saying to this guy? Because I was at the point where I don't want you, but we need a striker. And if the club want you, just hurry up and get it done. Yeah, this was in January, right? So what are they saying to you for you to, they're obviously saying, yeah, you're going to come in, but you're going to play behind, or there's going to be rotation. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So I was looking at the club like, again, dropping the ball. Not that I wanted the player, but if you want him, go and get him. And if you don't work out, then it's just going to be another failed player on the list to add to your 30 or the 20 odd plus that we've got already. You know, so that's where I was with it, my bro. That's where I was with it. Couple of more, I'm saying a couple of more, they just keep flying in. Big up Dio, he said, so in Šeško's head and his agent, when Jesus is back, he will be down the pecking order. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not arguing. Like, it is nonsensical. It is nonsensical. We all know Arteta has nonsensical favorites for the guard and the above. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's why I asked Vigilante, okay, my bro, what gave you that impression? Because when I heard about that, my negativity went towards the club and the fact that we're favoriting these idiots. Do you know what I'm saying? Over someone that's clearly better. But when Vigilante saw that, he said, hold on, this guy's a mercenary. If he just came, he could have overtook those guys. Just like what you were saying, Dio. Do you know what I mean? So I hope we're kind of getting clear on that. Obviously, we've been on it for quite a while. I think Šeško can help us win now. Okay. I know we are trending well, so as long as we either get Šeško or Gyökeres. All right, okay. It's panic stations if we miss on both of those guys. Jesus Christ. I mean, for as much as someone like Kyle, and, you know, we've all got our opinions. Kyle was saying that they're not good enough, both of those guys, fair play. Like I said, we've all got our opinions. That is a good question from you. That now I'm gonna bring you guys in right now. That is a good point. What happens if we miss out on both of these guys? Say like Gyökeres goes to fucking Barca or something, and say Liverpool says, well, we'll go and get Šeško because we need a striker. You know, what happens then, guys?
Go and sign Mateta. You just keep going until you bring a good striker in. So, you know, there are strikers out there.
Mateta, you've got Ivan Toney, John Duran, Osimhen. There are other strikers in world football.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I mean, obviously, Static said the first person was Mateta. That wouldn't be the first one for me. It would probably be Osimhen. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I want someone that
I'll tell you why I want Mateta. It's based on the fact he already has a wealth of Premier League experience. That's it. We don't know how well Osimhen is going to do well. I mean, he might do extremely well if we were to sign him hypothetically, and then in the first season, he has a terrific season. You never know, bro.
See, all right.
It's always that fact. It's always that reason, you know, because how will they adapt? Will they adapt in the first season?
Of course. Before I let Vigilante come in, let me explain why I'm saying that just very quickly.
Yeah,
right?
Go.
You know, just very quickly, because someone like let's talk about it. Someone like a Lewa, someone like a Gyökeres, Osimhen, Julian Alvarez, Lautaro Martinez. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So if you're talking about the top 10 strikers in the world, these players are in there. Because wherever they go, they're expected to score goals. Yeah? And the reason I say that is because when you talk about world-class players, they're world class because it don't really matter where they go. They might have to have a little culture and there might be a little bit of a small, but you're expecting them to bang. If you buy Florian Wirtz, you're not saying, oh, we don't know how
he's
he's
gonna.
Exactly. You're not saying, oh, and this is why I have this guy in that category, like the Gyökeres, like Lautaro Martinez, like Osherman, like Lewandowski. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, even though the pool is small, these are still the best strikers in the world. Like, wherever they go to play, they will score goals. You can expect them to score goals.
That's true.
That's my explanation behind that. But sorry, Vigilante, go on. I know you've been waiting, bro.
Well, if we go for an Ivan Toney and get like an Ollie Watkins alongside him.
Yeah, and even that, just quickly before I let you go, I can get behind that because they're both known to score goals.
And I know
Mateta is like even Tony more than Watkins for me, because I know he scored goals in the Premier League. He's gone to Saudi, scored goals there, 20 plus. He'll come back to the league and score goals again. You know, the same for Osherman, Italy, Turkey, wherever he goes, he will score goals.
Tony's won a trophy. He's experienced winning a final.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's a winning mentality player. You get him in. Even Mateta, like Static said, he's won the FA Cup. Get him in.
Yeah, and he is Premier League proven, like Static said.
I'd happily take those two, Mateta and Tony, as our strikers. I'd be really happy.
Fair play.
And I'd know those two would cause a defence hell. They would struggle with the pair of them.
Yeah, for me, if we got someone, like Mateta would be the second striker for me. Like if we got, I don't know, a Gyökeres or Osherman or whoever, and then someone like Mateta, I would definitely get behind it. And like you said, and like Static said, he's Premier League proven. The same way when we was linked to Ollie Watkins, no Arsenal fan was talking about Watkins before it actually came out. But at the end of the day, he ticked every box. He wasn't a potential player. He's 29. He's win now. He supports Arsenal. He plays in the Premier League. He scores goals regular. He had 19 goals the year before. It just made all the sense. Give him 60 million then. Do you know what I mean? It just makes all the sense. But once again, Arsenal fumble in the bag. Fumble in the bag. Couple more comments here, I think, anyway. BX, big yourself up, BX, man. He said, F it, bring me Lukaku at this point. I mean, I don't know what you guys think about that. Lukaku, guys? Now Vigilante shaking his head. Static, Lukaku?
No. It would be nice, but no.
That's what I'm saying. And that's kind of how I feel about Mateta. Like, I think he would be good, and I could see everything, the reason why, but I'd still rather go and get Tony first or Osherman first. Just in my... That's just
a few years ago. Yeah, sorry, right. A few years ago, I would have taken Lukaku, but yeah, it's too late now, I think.
Too late now. Sometimes it happens.
However, look, I do like the play. I don't get the wrong idea, people. I do like the player. He is a good striker. It's just, plus also, he seems very happy in Italy as well. Like Italy definitely suits him. Like I said before, every player is different when it comes to playing in different leagues. So, I mean, I like the idea of it, but I just can't see it happening. Not right now.
Yeah.
And he loves playing for Conte as well. So I know he has a great relationship with him. So, yeah, that's a good point. AFC, always your comment down below. He scored 14 goals this season. Wow.
You got anything to add to that, Vigilante?
You see, the reason I'll take Mateta over Lukaku, I think Mateta's got more points to prove. If he goes to a bigger team, he'll be wanting that challenge. Whereas Lukaku's been at big teams, he's won it. And I hate to use the stupid comments. It's like, oh, what did he do there? But he was a disaster at United. He was on stupid wages, and he was an absolute disaster.
Right. No,
I think it's just about money. Lukaku.
All fair points, man. All fair points. Like I said, it's just about feel sometimes. So maybe Dio's got the feel for Sesko, because like I said, I am not saying that there's anything bad about Mateta.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, you go.
I was saying, I'm not saying that Mateta doesn't tick all the boxes, because he actually does. It's just about feels, isn't it?
True,
do you know what I mean? So sometimes.
I like his movement. Mateta's movement in front of goal is pretty good. He drags defenders all over the place.
Yeah. He came on and terrorized us. So do you know what I mean? Anyone that comes and pulls us apart like that, you got to say, come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Hold your head up. Even in Buemo as well. So I get it. Big at AFC always. I think Osherman will go Chelsea. If they get Osherman, bro, a goalkeeper and a centre back, they're title challengers. I don't know what you guys think, but I only think they need 3 pieces. Quickly, what do you guys think on that, on the Chelsea stuff?
Yeah.
If Osherman goes Chelsea, guys, what do you reckon?
I don't think he'll go. He'll probably look at the manager and go, no. Just look at their lack of creativity. They should be a lot better than they are. Let's be real. They should be. The amount of money they've wasted, they spend more than us. They should be doing better, but they're not.
Static, your thoughts on that? Osherman to Chelsea?
No, I can't see it happening. If I was him, I would stay away from Chelsea. He'd be smart enough to do that. Fair
play. AFC Always also says Arteta ID for players are in the sewers with the rats. Facts. And I don't mean the rats from LG's channel. Facts. Big
I'd say cockroaches, but I agree with that.
Yeah. Big up Lee Gunner, big up AFC. He said Lukaku scored 14 goals. Not good enough.
Yeah, he did say that.
Serie A though, right? And Šeško's got 13 in Bundesliga. So I don't know. I'm just saying, big up Godfrey, South Africa in the building. How you doing, my guy, today? Big up views on the panel. Big yourself up. We are going to try and round this up, man, because we've done over 3 hours now and I've got a few things to do, but I'll try and get through to these comments. Let me know if anyone's live, people. I did have a little look to see if I can redirect to anyone, but I don't know if anyone's live at the minute. Nothing was coming up on mine. But big yourself up, Godfrey. Bigging up views in the panel. Godfrey, bigging up AFC Vigilante. Come on. AFC, Godfrey, big up. Godfrey, AFC Always, BX, Dio. Love to see it. Community settings. And Godfrey saying, I'm so disappointed with this Šeško news coming out now. Gyökeres was the one. I think most Arsenal fans feel like that. And obviously it's not all done and dusted, apparently. So we will have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, the news is looking favorable, and there's a very big chance that this guy could be coming through the door this season. Big up BX. Amorim has told Garnacho to find a new club. Woo! Obviously, he came out after the final and had a few things to say. So I'll just quickly finish these comments and I'll get your points on that. But yeah, that's a little bit of a bomb up. BBK just went live. Say nothing.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, say nothing. Okay, so we will have another look again in a minute. Views, do a LG and go for 7 hours. I think the longest I've done was like 4.5 or something like that. And that was on like doing watch-alongs, 2 watch-alongs. So just doing this, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But before we do get out of here, Garnacho, he's been told by Amorim to find a new club. What do you guys make of that? I'll ask Vigilante first.
Amorim needs to find a new club.
Not Garnacho, it's Amorim that's got to go, yeah?
For the nerve of him after everything he's been saying. Loses that final and he tells a player who actually probably was the brightest spark in that game for his shit team.
Facts. Static, I mean, what do you say to that, my guy?
Well, he can, Garnacho, he can go, and Amorim can go as well. They can both go. It's a double knockout, and they're both knocked out. So they're both out. They're both out the door.
There you go. Okay, we got True Guna, we got Troops. No. We'll send it on to BBK. Man. We'll
send a redirect here.
Yeah, we'll send it on to BBK. All right, man. Look, we are gonna end it there. Thank you ever so much for coming on, guys. You basically made the show because it might have only been like an hour plus otherwise. No. It's like this. I mean, I do this show because I want you guys, the subscribers, to come on, have your say. Like I said, it don't always have to be about football. Nothing too bloody religious or political, though. But, you know, this is the intervention. So whatever your feelings, just like Dio saying, whatever your feelings and all that kind of stuff about players, about the managers, about any of that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? It's all valid. And I don't want to echo chamber either. That's why I've had Chinks on. That's why James has come on from, you know what I mean? Like, we need to understand what we're up against sometimes, you know? So, yeah, man, like I said, big up Static again. Go on, bro.
Yeah, I would say that's absolutely fair views. And I don't know if you want to Vigilante and I to shout out our socials or
Yeah, no, I was just gonna get to that. Big up BX. No, you're all right. You're all right. Big up BX. He's saying good luck to the Arsenal women today. We definitely.
I hope they win. Good luck to them. I hope they win.
Yeah, and then go on then, Static. You might as well start. Whatever you got coming up or where people can find you.
Well, you can find me on Instagram. Which is static__5. And you can also find me anywhere within the Arsenal fan YouTube community. If you see me live chat, do come and say hello. I will do my very best to respond, despite the fact that I will be working 90% of the time. I'll try. And like I said, if anyone wants me to do a live show, just contact me on Instagram, and we'll take it from there. But and I do want to say finally, big love and respect to you always, Views, for having me on. It's an honor and a privilege as always. And the show has been very entertaining and very debatable. And like I said, a lot of points where we agreed and disagreed, even with live chat. It was fun. It was fun debate. Like you said, we don't all agree 100% of the time. Otherwise, we'd live in a boring world, of course. But it's nice that we made points like, not sure about that, or I kind of agree with that, or I disagree. And that's great.
It's about the conversation, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's what the conversation's about, man. So man, thank you ever so much for coming on. Always welcome, my bro.
I do want to say before you speak to Vigilante, when you were talking about Mateta, I totally understand. It's like, not sure about that. Like I said, I don't agree with it. That's absolutely fine.
No. But at the same time, like I appreciate that he literally ticks all the boxes that we need. I understand that. It's just like, it's just about feels. Some people might say, well, Lukaku's got more goals than Sesko. Why are we not getting him? But even that, I'll still be like, I don't really want Lukaku. So that was all it was. But you made a great point. All right, let me bring in Vigilante, bro.
But I just want to say finally, thank you so much for having me on. And that's it. I'm done.
Of course.
And sorry for the interruptions for today. I apologize.
Big up Static, man. Vigilante, my bro. What you got coming up, or plans or anything like that?
The new channel will be up in the next month or so, and probably in the next week or so we'll get back to the gaming content and streams.
Wicked.
Just while I'm getting the internet sorted. Obviously, with the move, I've got to wait for the broadband switch over. I should be back doing live soon. And I'll be in the chat with various different streams. So if you're there, just say hi.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, when the channel is ready.
Pick up the Static. It's been good to jump on a stream with you, bro. And thanks for inviting me on, View.
Yeah, of course, man.
Likewise, Vigilante.
Yeah, this is what the stream's for. This is what this stream, the intervention, is for. So always welcome, bro. Obviously, a top mod alongside Static as well. When your channel's ready, then start posting the links. And guys, we've had a good one today. It's 3 hours, 15 minutes odd. So we're gonna end it here. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna end it here. We are gonna redirect. So please stay here. Go over to BBK, my first ever redirect, guys. So make sure you hit the comments and say Views Raid. We will be back tomorrow for the community service, Arsenal against Southampton, and then the intervention. It will be back Monday, midday or 1 o'clock, and you guys are all welcome to join me again. So once again, Vigilante, Static, peace and love, guys. We are now going to go over to BBK. So peace. Go and say Views Raid, people. Big yourselves up.
Take care, everyone.